Hello and welcome to the PickCity.com live stream for the NFL Draft Round 1 and Analysis. I'm your host, John Rubin, and with me today doing the hard work is Go Get 'em Sports. Where are we at?
What's going on, buddy? How we doing?
He'll come on in just a second here. We have Go Get 'em Sports. There we go. How's it going,
What's
man?
up, man? Excited for this NFL Draft. Let's get it.
Let's do it. All right, we have CLEPICKS.
The mega powers are back
There
together, baby. We got Miss Elizabeth right now, and go get them.
And she's never looked better.
Yeah, she's never looked better.
Elizabeth
Yeah, there you go.
Better. Yep. And do we have Gamble Guy on with us yet?
Not here yet. Nope.
All right. Well, we'll have the Gamble Guy _GG joining us here momentarily. But so what we're going to do is we're going to be watching this draft live with all of you and giving you our perspective as it relates to sports betting. All of the lines given here are courtesy of the official sportsbook of PickCity.com. That's BetUS.com. So without any further ado, I will open this up to the floor with the most important question weighing on everybody's minds. Who will Trevor Lawrence hug first? We have his wife as the favorite at +125. We have his mom, +175, dad, +225, a sibling, +900, or are we going to go for the long shot at +1,500 and take a friend?
I'm going to say dad.
That better be his wife, man. You just put a ring on that thing.
If he knows what's good for him,
if he knows, if he knows what's good for him, it better be the wife.
That's right.
What was that odds at?
That was the favorite at +125.
Yeah, I know. That or mom. I'll go. Usually the female wins out on that one.
I would say so. Yes. But we will see. Outside of that, what else do we like? What are some of the picks that you guys have on your board for tonight?
I'll go first, Sealy. So my big play tonight, I don't do too many draft picks. I have a couple. My big one is Trey Lance going number 3, the Niners. I've watched this line move all day. Justin Fields is probably out of this one for number 3. I think he drops a 9 or maybe 15 to the Pats. But I have Trey Lance going 3 at -150. I like that line. Not a huge amount of juice, so I'll take that. I also have Trey Lance under 3.5. I got this earlier today at plus money at +120. The line moved, took that. And I also have Mac Jones over 3.5 at +175. So good juice on both of those. Those are my 3 picks for the draft tonight.
So to jump in real quick there, go get them. So you'd mentioned Fields dropping to about the number 9 spot. Quick shout out to the Pick City Rumble entrant of the day, which is Vegas Crusher. Follow him at Crusher Vegas. That was his Rumble pick of the day, is for Justin Fields to drop to the number 8 draft position or lower, right? 8, 9, 10, etc. So if that happens, we will have another participant in the PickCity.com Rumble.
Nice.
CLE, how about you?
Some of us still rely on the Islanders to, protect home ice, and but hey, that's what happens. I'll admit one thing here, fellas. As a Browns fan, it's a little weird for me because I'm not having a pick in the first 5 or first ever. This whole being at 26 thing is really, really weird for me. So I was able to actually more focus on the gambling side of things this time than actually who the heck the Browns are going to take in the top 5. So I got a slew of them here. I got total offensive players over 18.5. I think there's about 18, honestly, about 17, 18 locks. And if you can get just that one additional towards the end of the first round, that should take it over 18.5. Total SEC players in the first round over 12.5. Just like you, go get them. I got Trey Lance at the 3rd pick. I got him a little later in the day at -130, but that just seems more and more steam picking up there. I took a flyer on this one. I don't know if it's going to have put a little pizza money on it. Micah Parsons being the first defensive player taken at +400. So that's kind of just, let's see what happens type of play. Penei Sewell, Under 6.5 at -125. Rashad Bateman under 27.5. Again, this is under their draft selection in the draft. Kwity Paye under 16.5 at -112. And then I got some different team ones here. Eagles taking an offensive player at -130. The Ravens taking an offensive player at -112. And then for the Browns, I have them taking a cornerback at +275 in terms of who they actually may face. So I just think that's the, biggest need at this point for them. But yeah, I just got, as I said, the biggest one on the board obviously is going to be Micah Parsons. If that hits, that'd be great. But yeah.
Now, go get him. One thing that you had brought up pre-show, and you'd mentioned in your introduction here as well, is for Trey Lance to be drafted number 3 by the Niners. And I asked you, okay, what happens with Jimmy G? And I know what you had told me, but real quick, I'm going to give you the BetUS perspective here. Will Jimmy Garoppolo be traded during round 1? You might want to hop on this because at least as of yesterday, I don't know if this is moved or not, but this is when I printed it out. Will Jimmy Garoppolo be traded during round 1? Yes, plus 275. So do share what you shared with me earlier.
So I'm a New England guy. I'm in Connecticut. I listen to WEI, which is the Boston Radio Network. I came across this tweet from a co-host that I follow. His name's Dale Arnold, big Boston Bruins guy, does the Neston show for them. He tweeted this out late last night. Quote, "What I've been told by a reliable source at Patriots are working on a new contract for Jimmy G that could lead to a deal with the Niners. Some source who correctly told me Tom Brady had signed with the Bucks. Doesn't mean it will get done, but they're working on it." And that was last night. So, what I'm thinking is the Patriots are going to try to move up in this draft at some point. If they cannot do it, they're going to call up San Fran and say, hey, I'll either give you your third back or I'll give you a fourth and something a little special on the side. But I think Jimmy G gets traded here. I don't see a reason why they keep him for that amount of money, especially if you draft a guy like Lance or Fields or even Mac Jones, which I don't like. But I don't see a point in keeping him around. He's not really a veteran type to mentor people. He's only been starting for 3 or 4 years now. So I don't really see a point in keeping him. So I think the great option for him and the great option for the NFL is for him to go right back to the Patriots and get what Bill wanted in the end, which was to keep getting Jimmy. And I think it happens tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe late tonight, depending on what happens in the draft. I don't know if it happens in the first round.
Well, that's the key to the bet is will it happen in the first round?
I think it all depends on what happens after the third pick. If the Pats swoop in to Atlanta and get the 4th pick from Atlanta, which Atlanta could want to trade back and maybe get some quality defensive players later in the draft. If Pats don't swoop in at 4, if they don't trade the Lions at 11, I would start looking at Jimmy G and saying, let's get this deal done. So I think Jimmy G does get traded. Don't know when it's going to be, but he might be on the move. Another point before we get going on something else.
Sure.
Another thing that could happen tonight. Julio Jones. That's still a possibility. I think it is. Julio Jones, they're going to draft at 4. Now, I know everyone thinks Kyle Pitts going 4. Look out for Jamar Chase. Okay? Look out for our receiver at number 4. Because if you trade Julio to, say, get another pick in this draft, say to the Dolphins at 6, you could get both. You get Kyle Pitts and a wide receiver. So look out for that too. I don't know if his contract allows him to be traded today. If that happens after the draft and after the free agency, that is a possibility. Look out for that tonight. So those are two trade scenarios I'm looking out for.
So with trades, I just had this a moment ago. Was how many? Oh goodness, I just lost this. Was how many trades will there be today? Oh, there it is. Round 1 total trades over under 4.5. I'll let you guess what the juice is on this. Suppose it were a coin flip. Over under 4.5.
I'll go over. I think it's probably gonna be like 165 minus 160 or something like that.
Okay. Go get him. You have any thoughts on this one? How many total rounds?
I'm gonna say it's got at least 200.
Okay, so you're saying over and minus 200?
Yeah.
Okay, well, split the difference because, again, this is as of last night, so, take it with a grain of salt. Split the difference. It's minus 180. Over 4.5, minus 180.
No, I see that definitely happening. There's enough teams that want to get back, move up, and especially the ones that need wide receivers and stuff. And, you hear about the Saints today wanting to get up and maybe get Horn, the cornerback. You talk about the Patriots maybe trying to get up, maybe get Fields or whatever they may do. I even Monday morning quarterback was talking about the Browns even moving up to 20 or something like that to see who they get. So it's just it's the matter of how many there will be, but there definitely should be over 4.5.
Mm-hmm. Now I wouldn't say the elephant in the room necessarily, but let's do Mr. Obvious here. Trevor Lawrence is going number 1, right?
Yeah. That's as we talked offline. I think you said your brother or something. Go get him. He was thinking about putting money on Justin Fields or something like that. And as much as there's that Ohio State connection with Urban Meyer there, the fact that he's giving money or already declared he was giving money to a Jacksonville charity tells me all you need to know. You don't do that if you already have some sort of agreement in place that you're going to a different to that city. So
I feel like something similar. I feel like something very similar happened last year with Joe Burrow here in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Even prior to the announcement of his being drafted number 1 was that they had already sent him Bengal jerseys and paraphernalia and things like that. So
it is nice, I will say, seeing fans and stuff like that. This too, I'm not sure how you guys feel about that part, but it has a better feel than last year. Obviously, last year was so weird. It is nice seeing people at I guess you want to call it a sporting event. So again, but I will say that even though the Kings of Leon are no longer on stage, I will say, it is nice seeing that.
Maybe we want to talk about the Aaron Rodgers news today?
Oh, yeah. There's the real elephant in the room. I guess you could say that the Packers are in jeopardy. No? Anybody? No? Anyone?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I did what I could. There we go. All right. I see CLE shaking his head. There we go. What a hell of a night to make that announcement, huh? Hey, by the way, guys, I don't want to play with you anymore. Man, how about just stick it to them when it hurts the most, huh?
Well, no, it's funny, John, when you bring that up. We talked all last year on the podcast. We always talk about the Aaron Rodgers Screw You tour that he was on, and I kind of predicted, I wouldn't say I predicted it would happen, but there's always that small talk behind it. But sure enough, here we are. And I'm interested. I know probably the Packers, I think, already have come out and said they're committed to Aaron Rodgers, but the fact he's already turned down a contract extension, the fact that he's not talking to anyone, period, it just tells you everything you need to know there. And I think you've seen the last of him in the Packers jersey, to be honest with you. Especially the part. If you're not taking money, you're done. You've had enough.
We saw this. We saw this here in Cincinnati. It's been going now. It's probably been about 10 years or so with Carson Palmer. He basically said, "Screw it, I'm not playing here anymore. I'll sit out." And that's when they got Andy Dalton, and he sat out. And they traded him Palmer to the Raiders, and the rest is history. But it has a very similar feel to that. I'm just fed up with the organization. Forget all of you. I'm moving on, whether you like it or not.
Now, the real question is, when do they trade him? Do they trade him tonight? Because the most value is right now on the draft night. The problem is, what the hell do you offer for Aaron Rodgers? That's like trading Tom Brady. What do you offer? A mortgage? A house? What is it?
Yeah.
Everyone talks about the Niners at 3. This is what I've heard in the past 2 hours. Niners at 3, Dolphins at 6, Pats at 15, and the Saints. Okay, those are the 4 teams I've heard about. The Niners have no draft capital. They have not a lot of picks tonight. They have a good amount, but not a shit ton. The Dolphins.
Well, they've got 3.
The Dolphins have Tua, draft capital, and a whole bunch of cap room. Watch out for them. If that happens, that could be something special. The Patriots are the Patriots. They got Bill Belichick, plenty of draft picks, still plenty of cap room. Need a quarterback. I think Aaron Rodgers would love to play New England where Tom Brady played. Would love to play with Bill Belichick in that system with McDaniels. And you got the Saints, who need a quarterback. Not as bad as the Patriots, as some of these other teams, but still need a quarterback. Sean Payton, great coach, still a winning team over there. So it could be tonight. I don't think it's going to happen tonight because they're so committed to him, but it could shock the world tonight if that happens.
It would be interesting, and pursuant to what you were saying before with Garoppolo going back to New England. So let's start to put the strings on the bulletin board and put them together here. Now, the Niners have the number 3 pick. Suppose they trade that to Green Bay to get Aaron Rodgers to go back to his hometown in Northern California, right? So the Niners have their quarterback.
The problem there, John, not to cut you off, the problem there is that enough? Now, you think, the 3rd pick, right? It's not the 1st pick. It's not the 2nd pick. You're getting the 3rd best quarterback, the Packers, basically. Mm-hmm. And what else do you give them besides the pick? They don't have a lot of cash.
Here's another thing, though. Do they need a quarterback, though? I mean, they drafted Jordan Love in the 1st round last year.
Right. Hey, according to this guy right here, there he is. I can't point backwards. According to that guy, all you need is love, right? So you should be okay. That's 2, baby. 2. There we go.
Now. This.
We haven't even gotten to the 1st pick yet.
Yeah, we're not even on the clock yet.
The thing with the Patriots, and I'm going to start talking about this because I'm a Patriots fan.
Very cool.
The Patriots have some stuff to offer the Packers. They have plenty of draft capital. They can take on his massive contract, still pay him. And they have a person they can get rid of pretty easily in Stephon Gilmore, who the Packers might like. Top 10 cornerback. Didn't play as well last year, but he's on a 1-year deal. He's got 1 year left in his deal. The Pats might want to unload on that. And there's maybe not a better player you can get than Stephon at a position that's a huge need in the NFL. Mm-hmm. I don't see too many other players, high-quality players like Stephon that can get traded today and maybe even next week. But the Patriots and the Dolphins are my 2 teams right now that I would look to for tonight. Now, later on, it could be different for next week and the week after that, and August comes and you're thinking of other teams. But tonight, it's the Patriots and the Dolphins for me, the Rodgers debate.
We have commenting capabilities, right? I saw a few people chime in with little pop-up messages, right? Go get them.
Yep.
There we go. See Laker Crazy says, "What's up, boys?" from LC. Beautiful.
Laker Crazy. LC in the building. And Ricky Bobby. Oh, my goodness.
See, look at that. Nothing but winners here. So there's a gamble guy. Hello. From sunny California.
GG in the building. Is GG here?
Yo, it's good. It's nice to finally put faces to names. CLEPICKS, I've been always watching you, a couple streams here and there. Love you, my man. Glad to see your pops is out. And my guy, go get him. Thank you for inviting me. Glad to be here.
What's up? How you doing, buddy? Good?
Good. I'm good, man. What's going on? Just waiting for the draft to kick off. Got my mat ready to go. I got this one ready to go. I'm ready.
Awesome. Glad to have you.
Beautiful. So I'll be curious. We've had a few people just chime in and just say what's up, which is awesome. Keep those coming in. I would like to know, let's make this interactive and say, hey, where's Aaron Rodgers going to play game 1 of the 2021 regular season? For what team? Or how about the wild card here, retire? Where's Aaron Rodgers going to be in game 1 of 2021? I want to see people chime in with their comments.
Right. My initial thought for me is I think he's just going to retire. He's going to pull Jim Brown to say, you know what, I'm out. I don't need this. I'm going to go do Jeopardy, go co-host for a little bit. I think that's what he's going to do for sure. I mean, he really doesn't need it. I mean, to be honest with you, he's so prima donna. Ever since he came out of Cal, he's always had this it's always about me kind of thing, and people don't like that. His locker room really doesn't like that. There's never been guys that came out and said, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers is my guy." T.O.'s never cried for that guy. So I don't think he has it. I think he's probably just going to retire.
Could be. Yeah, you weren't here, Gamble Guy, but I don't know if you heard me say it. My tinfoil hat is picking up waves of San Francisco to say that somehow he maneuvers his way into San Francisco. He's the quarterback. He goes back to Northern California to finish out his career, and we'll see what would happen with the Packers in that case.
So who eats that contract? That's the problem.
Yeah, that's something to consider for sure.
That's always a problem. I mean,
I just want you guys to know the Kings of Leon are back on stage. So I know you're concerned about that. But,
Well, the first 2 picks are already a lock. So I say, okay, we're just going to rock out to another couple more songs, and we're going to come up with the third pick.
I forgot where I saw that. It was Will Jacksonville or the combined time of Jacksonville and the New York Jets together would it equal 1850 or something like that, or some of that nature.
Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, that's why I came in about 5. I'm like, I go about 5:15. That'll be about it. Let's see here. Kings of Leon.
Oh, what a cop out!
Well, thank goodness.
Joe Thomas with them.
Oh, here we go. The light show now. Is Pink Floyd coming out, or what's going on?
Well, I still see about 30 seconds on that big clock that they got in front of the crowd. So they still got time. Got a couple more commercials, couple more ads they got to pay.
Joe Thomas.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Big Joe.
But it feels good. I mean, last year, I couldn't even look outside without getting worried about getting coronavirus. And now,
right.
People are out celebrating, doing everything like it was, especially here in Southern California. The area where I live at is pretty liberal, so people have been out doing without masks for a while anyways. It's kind of gross, but I just got my first dose of the vaccine yesterday. Yep. Arm's a little stiff, but feel pretty good.
I got my second one the other day, and I still got a nice little
yeah, you get a little well, right?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Well, it goes back to when people were testing for that smallpox, they would have those little 5 scars. So I guess that's going to be our generation. We're going to be the coronavirus lumps.
Hey, go get them. And not sorry to cut you off there, Gigi. I know we're gambling guys too. We're going to talk about. We're going to be here for a little while tonight. You have other plays, obviously, right? Tonight.
Yeah. So
what's your card? What's your full card tonight while Roger Goodell gets booed right now?
So I had a 4-0 sweep this morning in soccer. I had Man U -1, Man U first half team total, Cardinals money line, first St. Louis Philly game, and then tonight I have a huge whale parlay of Bruins Maple Leafs tonight, and they both slaughter these teams. They're both winning right now, 2-1 and 1-0, and then my draft. My couple draft picks. Staying off NBA tonight. I got Trey Lance under 3.5 at +120. Got Mac Jones over 3.5 at +175. And then I have Trey Lance going number 3 at -150. Those are my picks for tonight.
For our whale capper pick, Biggest Crusher had a good one. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I should probably put a bet in and tail with that one. I'm not going to give it away because I want people to go and check out that video. Shameless plug. I don't know if we can put a link up there on the crawler or something, but either way. But I really like his pick. It has to deal with Justin Fields. And my thing is, I don't understand why Justin Fields is falling. When they were coming out of high school, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields were 1A. They could have both went to either school. I don't know what happened in between because he came back. I don't know. I don't understand why he's so low or why he's falling or why he's getting these bad marks on his cards. I don't get it.
I don't understand it, I'll be honest. And obviously I'm a Buckeyes fan too, so there's a little bit of bias there. But at the same time, though, I'll be honest with you, there is a little bit. But everyone looks like, the Northwestern game or, he played okay against Indiana. But, if you actually look, those two defenses were halfway bad. And does the Clemson game just not count? It just,
Well, not even that. I mean, even Trevor Lawrence had trouble at a game or two.
Too. I mean, I was like, Trevor Lawrence struggled against Ohio State. He struggled against LSU a year ago. Every pass high, if you watch those things, and like I'm just, it drives me nuts. And then it's like, well, Zach Wilson's the perfect guy. I'm like, well, who the hell did he play? Like
he played Mountain West.
Mountain
West.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just drives me nuts. I think that Justin's going to be fine in the league. It was first. It was he doesn't work hard enough, and then Ryan Day comes on and goes, yeah, he was like the first guy in, the last guy out, and then it was he goes to his first reads too much, and then it's discovered actually no, he was going through his full reads because he was holding the ball maybe a little bit too long, and then it was now it's maturity. That was the newest one I saw. I'm just like you can't win right now with it. So wherever Justin goes, if it's New England, if it's Denver, if it's Carolina, wherever, hell, if it's Pittsburgh, he's gonna do fine. And it sucks that there's just been this I think it's been an assassination on his character the whole time, and it is what it is. And so what? There's my rant. There's the Ohio State fan coming out, and I'm tired of it. There you go.
All right, so on that note, CLE, the Jags are now officially on the clock. They've been on the clock since February, but, that's fine. So from a betting standpoint here we go. Pick number 1, Jacksonville Jaguars. They were 1-15 last year, of course. Their Super Bowl odds, this is pre-draft, plus 7,500, all right, 75 to 1. Season win total, 6.5 wins. The overs -105, the unders -125. Now, this is according to NFL.com. Biggest needs, quarterback, tight end, defensive line, safety, offensive line. And here's what this is NFL.com's analysis of it. After scratching the first need off the list with the draft's top pick, the Jags can turn their attention to finding a pass-catching weapon at tight end and supplementing a defense that had some major holes plugged via free agency. They've got 10 draft picks overall, including, obviously, this first one. So, what do we think of that? Season win total, Super Bowl odds.
So, I'll go first. I like the under in the team total. This team is absolutely horrendous, and they don't do stuff to add to this team. Trevor Lawrence is coming to this team with no weapons whatsoever. Good running back, but that's about it. I do see Jacksonville combining those picks to trade up, maybe with Detroit, getting another weapon at wide receiver. Kyle Pitts fall that far, but maybe a Waddle or a Mr. Smith could drop to 11. Maybe look to pick him up as well. But I see maybe they trade up to get wide receiver, maybe a little offensive line help to get this rookie somewhat safe. Yeah, I think.
Southern California, baby.
If you guys didn't catch my interview with Moses with Go Get 'Em, he lives right near a movie studio, and so The Rock is filming his new action thriller right there in his backyard. So occasionally you'll hear like helicopters and explosions and motorcycles.
I love it.
And gunfire and just all kinds of things. So if you hear any of that, just make sure to go check a theater near you.
Yep, I'll be the guy in the souped up Subaru and the big tail fin. That'll be me. It's horrible. It really is. But what can I do?
No, I'm with you. Go get him. I feel the same way about the team total. I want to see what Urban can do also in terms of as a head coach in the NFL. There is obviously that transition, and then you start with the rookie quarterback, and the division that they're in isn't crazy tough, but it's tough enough. With the Colts, who knows what's going on with the Texans, but at least with the Titans and the Colts. So I think at the end of the day, I like under 6.5 for their win total. They got a lot of holes, and best of luck to Urban, but it's gonna take a little bit for them to return.
My outlook on this pick, and I did not look at team totals before the draft started. I probably should have done that, but the Giants got 6 wins last year. And do I look at it? Do I think the Jaguars, as right now, if they draft Trevor Lawrence, yada yada yada, even if they get a wide receiver at say 11, like I think it's going to happen, are they better than the Giants team last year? No. That was without Saquon, right? That was for 14 weeks without Saquon. They still got 6 wins in a terrible division in the NFC East. So I think this is a big pick at under. I do not see this team getting 7. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Under 6.5. Up it in.
Who will be the first defensive player drafted from Pick City? Oh, our boss checked in. Wonderful.
I chimed in a little bit on this one a little earlier. I still think it's Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of Penn State. That guy, even though he opted out last year, the year before that, he was a monster. I don't get stats. I'm not too much into the stats, but I just like what I see. You can go and look at YouTube if you got time. Everyone got time. But to me, that's the guy I would take. That's the first guy I think would either go off the board for me. That's a sleeper. But you got this draft class of defensive backs, and just defense in general is just deep. You got the cornerbacks. You got Patrick Surtain coming out of Alabama. You got J.C. Horn. I think he's from South Carolina. I mean, this class is deep. So I still think Micah Parsons, because I've been hearing comparisons of him of Devin White, but just a lot bigger. So I've been hearing that. So if that's any sign, I would just risk it. I mean, I think these guys are coming in a little bit more savvy in the head that they're saying, you know what, I only get one shot at this. It's NFL. It's not for long. You only get one shot. So I think this guy's gonna shapen up, and he's gonna be a good pickup for somebody.
Yeah, as I said before you hopped on, Gigi, I have some pizza money on Micah Parsons plus 400 to be the first one. Obviously, there's talk about Surtain going to the Cowboys at 10. There's also talk, of J.C. Horn going earlier in the draft. Maybe the Saints going up to 8 or somewhere around there. But I think overall, the guy's an absolute animal. Size, speed, plays the linebacker position aggressively. I saw it, when he was at Penn State, when he would play up the Buckeyes a lot. And he was, as skilled as Ohio State's skilled players were, he matched up completely with them. And now he's at a linebacker position, which is scary. So, there's some off-the-field issues possibly with him. But at the end of the day, he's still a hell of a football player. And, was a top 10 player, in my opinion. So I put the value-wise was definitely there, plus 400 to take Parsons.
According to BetUS, the again, this is last night, grain of salt. That's my disclaimer to all of these. But who will be the first defensive player drafted? Micah Parsons is the second favorite at plus 350. Ahead of him is J.C. Horn at plus 275.
Where do they have Patrick Surtain? They must have him at 3 then, I guess.
I do not know. I only see 4 that they've listed. The other 2 were Kwity Paye at plus 800 and Jalen Phillips at plus 1,500.
Patrick Surtain's going to go first to the Cowboys at 10. They need a corner. I don't see Parsons going till maybe.
But what if Kyle Pitts is there at 10? What if he's still hanging around?
No, he won't be there. The Falcons, the Bengals, the Lions, the Panthers.
I heard Falcons.
Dickinson. Who are we
my
taking?
God, I wonder what it is. Oh.
Byron Leftwich. Oh, wrong guy.
But Zach
Now,
Wilson
the first cornerback drafted, Surtain is minus 300 favorite, the odds-on favorite. So that's interesting. Now, how in the world did J.C. Horn show up on the first defensive player drafted if he's only the second favorite
Maybe
for the cornerback to be drafted?
Something like that.
Yeah. Something's goofy on that one. But anyway, yes, always check your local books and make sure that everything looks good.
But we love BetUS, though.
We do.
There it is.
For all I know, it might have just somehow cut it off when I printed this out. So it's entirely possible.
Look at that beautiful city, right on the lake.
Oh. know me.
Well, it looks like Trevor Lawrence smoked a dude before he got on camera. He looks a little like he needs some Visine.
You never know.
He's like, why am I even here? He goes, I already know I'm going to be number one.
He even made the trip to Cleveland.
Why? He's like,
Rock
it's
and Roll
cold. I'm in
Hall
South
of
Carolina.
Fame. You got Superman was from here.
True.
No, he was.
Rock and
No,
Roll
he
Hall of
wasn't.
Fame.
He wasn't from Cleveland, man.
No, I'm just saying the draft team in Cleveland.
No, I'm saying Superman wasn't in Cleveland.
Yeah, he was
Superman. The super.
Nah, he was from Krypton.
No,
the writers,
independent.
the two guys that created Superman were from Cleveland.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
There we go.
Joe Siegel and Joel Schuster. Don't ask why.
There you go.
That was the girlfriend or wife, whatever. Big old smooch.
All right.
Yeah, what else
let's
is
get
gonna
this
do?
formality over with. Yeah, Urban Meyer in the NFL. Is this going to – I mean, I know we just touched on it a little bit before, but
Yep.
I mean, typically this has not worked.
All right, spoiler alert. There you go. Trevor Lawrence, number one.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Yeah.
You're a little ahead of me, CLE. Yeah.
See, I think to get back onto our over/under discussion of totals for the Jags, I don't see them going over 6.5. It's going to be so hard for them. If you see a lot of his progressions as they're showing it out, a lot of his progressions have that design check down. Who's it going to check down to? Jacksonville has nobody. I mean, if you just watch, I mean, it looks great.
He hugged his wife. That was the first one. Woohoo! Who cashed that one? You missed that one. You missed that one, Gamble Guy. The very first prop that I laid out to the team was who will Trevor Lawrence hug first, and the wife was plus 125. So cash that ticket.
See, I had a question about that. I think one of them was a friend, and I said, did the friend and the agent count? Jerry Maguire and his guy were pretty close.
So I'm watching the video of it again. They replayed it because why, I don't know. But the dog makes an appearance right after he hugs the wife. Where would that have played if the dog would have
that's clearly friend. That's man's best friend. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trevor Lawrence, number one for all those watching at home.
He's getting all. Trevor Lawrence is getting all the cliches in there. Did they show the white picket fence in there too?
Yeah, for real. What do you want to touch on, GG? You want to touch on the team total still?
Yeah, so the team total, so like I said, I don't see him going over 6, even though it is a trash division. Texans are still good. I can see them doing something, but poor Deshaun Watson, he's going to have to sit out for a while. That's another story that's kind of fading away in the background. So that means that they're already, talking behind the scenes, getting up settlements. So you'll be seeing that disappear soon. But he's going to have to sit down at least 4 games. But still, Jacksonville, I mean, they're horrendous. I mean, I don't have a team. I gave up my allegiance to teams a long time ago just to kind of keep me biased. Impartial. Thank you. So that's what I try to do. But boy, they're bad. I mean, them Raiders. I mean, they're all bad.
The Raiders aren't horrible. How do you pick? How is the Raiders? How are they the second team that you think of when you think of horrible teams? The Jags and then the Raiders. The Raiders were 8-8.
That's still bad.
They just figure out ways to lose. I mean, even their wins were bad.
Well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But one of the teams that the Raiders beat in miraculous fashion was the team that is now going to draft number 2, and that's the New York Jets. The Jets were 2-14. Their Super Bowl odds, like Jacksonville's, plus 7,500 or 75-1, depending how you want to look at it. Their season win total 6, and this is flat 115 both sides. Biggest needs: quarterback. Quarterback, cornerback, offensive line, edge rusher, and tight end. Here's the NFL.com report. Yes, there are more than 5 pressing areas of concern for the Jets. No, we didn't forget about running back. GM Joe Douglas's top task is making a decision at quarterback. From there, he's charged with building up a mostly unproven group of cornerbacks and giving his passer a much improved supporting cast. They have 10 picks, obviously this number 2 being the first one. So, with that, Super Bowl odds. Anybody taking a crack at them at 75-1? Anybody? Bueller.
Pass.
All right. That's what I thought. 6 wins. That's fewer than the Jags. It's tied for the third fewest season wins on the board. So, what do we think of the Jets this year as far as who they're going to take now and their prospects for the 21 season?
I see a 4-12 team, 3-13. 5 is pushing it. This division's even harder than last year. The Bills are still the Bills. Dolphins are going to get better. And the Patriots will be better this year, hopefully. And I think I don't see them winning one game in division. And I don't really see them beating any other teams, maybe besides the Jaguars. And that might be about it. The team is still shaky on offense, terrible in the secondary. They're going to need to make some moves tonight as well. Maybe move up to top 15 to get 13 or something like that. But this team is just so bad. Bad coaching all around. Just a bad organization in general. I'll take the under 6. Maybe I'll push here at worst, but I'll take the under 6 all day.
Yeah, no, I know that's not great for a show, but I'm the same thing with you. Go get them. I feel this division got even better in the offseason. The Bills, as you said, are going to reload for what they did a year ago, making it to the AFC Championship game. The Patriots spent a lot of money, and the Dolphins are an improving team week by week or year by year. Obviously the book a little bit still out on tour. We'll talk about that when they pick at 6. And as I said before, like I'm not a huge Zach Wilson guy. I'll be quite honest on that. I'm not sure. Yes, he's shown some flashes of greatness, but at the same time, though, what else has he done? You look at the Coastal Carolina game. Guys that can take over games, guys that can win games for his team, couldn't do that there. Everyone wants to crown him the next Patrick Mahomes, and I just think the book's still out, obviously, and with that division, I don't see how they get the 6 wins, as you said, 3-13, 4-12, possibly. Max wins being 4 for me. I'll take the under 6.
Yeah, same thing with me. I mean, another team that's bad. Like you said, you still got the Bills, the Pats, Dolphins. They're all going to be better. The only thing that I kind of think about the Jets when I'm thinking about them this year, Robert Saleh is now their coach, so defense is going to be something that they're going to be focusing on. So maybe these teams are going to be getting into defensive battles, focusing on taking away some of the best things that the other teams do, like the Dolphins and the Bills and the Pats, whatever they're going to do with whoever's going to be throwing them the ball. So maybe they could be an under team. Maybe that's going to be the team that's going to be getting a lot of under because you don't see them already scoring points already. So maybe they're going to focus on defense. Maybe they'll be a sneaky under team. Who knows?
Well, it certainly could be. I mean, their offense, wasn't anything to speak much of last year, and Darnold's gone. So, are we all in agreement they're taking Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
They should.
Oh, it's already done. Well, there you go. See, you're all a little ahead of me. So there you go.
Yeah, John, let us know when you get when he says it, so I know before I say something on the screen.
Actually, no, I take that back. So here comes Goodell. At least on my screen. I mean, everybody's going to be on some kind of delay with the second pick in the ... 2021 NFL Draft. Zach Wilson. There you go.
Yeah.
So there you have it. But, yeah, I'm with you guys. I mean, all 3 of the other teams in this division will be improved. And the Jets, I mean, maybe slightly because they have a new quarterback. But you got a new coach, new quarterback, a lot of feeling out process for everybody. So with that, I see, clearly under 6 wins here. I mean, look, they go 6-10, you push, right? Are they going 7-9? No, they're not going 7-9, not a chance. So I think that is a very, very safe conservative bet.
All right, now it's going to get good. Pick number 3.
Well, here you go now.
So
Anybody
go
else?
ahead. Go ahead.
Does anybody have any bets on this pick besides me?
I did. I had Trey Lance.
Okay, so yeah, we both need Trey Lance. I have 2 bets here. I have Trey Lance under 3.5. You need to go here. You need to go here 2 times when I have Trey Lance number 3. So here comes the sweats. Not really, but
So Rappaport just reported an update on the Packers. That's not really an update. Green Bay hasn't engaged at all, despite a few teams calling about Aaron Rodgers. Packers have no plans to trade him, so nothing has changed.
No.
Great for the update.
I mean, people are going to ask. They're getting a MVP. He just came off of MVP season. They're going to. Who was the last guy who just got traded? They gave him a couple of first rounders. What are they going to ask for last year's MVP? You're going to have to give him your firstborn.
Well, but how many years? I mean, Rodgers has 2-3 good years left, tops.
You think.
Right?
At least
so
2.
You're not going to give away the farm, unless it's it's like in baseball when you get a player in July that, you think is going to take you to the World Series, right? Johnny Cueto for the Royals, I remember as a Reds fan. So, it could happen. Look at Brady and the Bucks. Hello. It worked out pretty well for them. But, we'll see. If they're not planning to trade him, then the only other thing I can think of is he might just say, you know what, screw it. I'm out. Peace. I'm going to go host Jeopardy now.
I still think he's leaning towards retirement.
That's
he wants to do Jeopardy. That's what it is.
He could.
Yeah.
I don't know. You think he's got the I watched some of that when he was hosting. I don't know. He doesn't really have the game show host type personality. He doesn't, Peyton Manning does, not Aaron Rodgers so much. It was a little tough to watch him.
All right, give me some Ken Jennings.
He can answer questions all day long. All right, so let's move on to number 3 here, the 49ers. From a betting standpoint here, all right, so they were 6-10 a year ago, of course. Their Super Bowl odds 14-1 plus 1,400. Season win total 10.5 wins. The over is even money. The under minus 130. Now they're getting this the number 3 pick, from Houston via the Dolphins. So it's a whole big cycle of how they got this. But 49ers' biggest needs, according to NFL.com: quarterback, corner, defensive line, offensive line, tight end. The Niners spared no expense to move up to the draft board, situating themselves in a spot where they'll be able to land Jimmy Garoppolo's eventual successor. Next up on the to-do list, replenishing the depth at corner and on the defensive line. A little more insurance behind George Kittle wouldn't hurt either. They have 9 draft picks total, starting with this one. So, what say you, gents?
I'll take this one. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, man. All right. I'm going to go with, that division is so damn good. And it got even better now with the Rams acquiring Stafford. Seahawks are going to be right there as usual. With a rookie quarterback, it's going to be hard to get to 10 wins against that. And yes, I love the San Francisco defense. I think it's great. But at the same time, though, is that going to get you 10 wins with a rookie QB? I mean, that's what we're all assuming here, obviously. I don't see it. I see them at 9, 8 or 9. It's going to be a tough 10 to get to. It's a hard number to get at, especially when you got to play Arizona, who's going to be improved, with J.J. Watt now on defense and all the other weapons that the Rams have, as I said, and then you throw on top of it the Seahawks with Russell Wilson. So I don't see them getting the 10.
Yeah, this was tough for me. I'm just sweating this out right now. Sorry, guys.
Well, you go ahead and sweat. Moses and I will take care of the rest until the pick comes in. This screams the same sort of scenario that we just talked about with the Jets, right? Mm-hmm. And you mentioned it, Clee. The other 3 teams in this division didn't get any worse. If anything, the Rams got better. The Seahawks are still going to be there, and Arizona is still going to be there. So that only leaves San Francisco. And here again, their total is 10.5. My goodness. No, at minus 130, I don't see how they get to 9 playing in this division.
Pick is in, by the way.
The pick is in, and is it Mac Jones?
They're applauding in the San Francisco. What does that mean? I don't know. They're all happy.
There you go. Oh, there's Dwayne again. Moses, say hi.
There
There it is.
Every time I hear it, every time.
Finally, Dwayne has come back to Gigi's house.
As long as he brings dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, come
Moses,
on.
what do you think of it? Hey, Moses, what do you think of this draft pick?
You know,
It doesn't matter
I'm right
what
here.
you think of this draft pick. There we go.
Wow.
I had to do that.
I'm in NFC West country right here, so you know I got the Rams right here, Arizona, and I think those two teams, Arizona and the Rams, I think those are the top two in the NFC West.
Mhm.
Getting better with the rookie quarterback doesn't sound like a good plan at all. What the 49ers are thinking, getting rid of their defensive coordinator and going to come back with a rookie quarterback. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't. I really don't see what the problem is with Jimmy Garoppolo. I know he missed that throw on third down in the Super Bowl. Come on, guys. Come on, forgive. Forgive, man. Forgive and forget. Aren't we supposed to be liberal and forgiving over here on this side of the thing? You know, I don't get it. I mean, if they're holding one throw against that poor guy, and they're gonna let him go for that, I mean,
Let's go!
yeah, that's crazy.
There you go. You guys are ahead of me, but obviously they took Trey Lance, it would seem. Yes?
Sorry, John.
There you go.
Is it Trey Lance?
It is Trey Lance, 6'3" and almost 6'4". Man, that is taking a gamble for sure.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Okay. I mean, I don't even
Go
get the
ahead,
hype
take the floor,
around Jimmy G.
Gigi. Take it.
I mean, I don't even get why. I don't even get why they got rid of Jimmy G in the first place. I mean, why? I don't. Whatever. Next pick.
I'll talk about this. So the problem here is with these quarterbacks, right? Jimmy G was never going to be the guy. Jimmy G was never going to be the next Brady, the next Peyton, the next guy to get you to a Super Bowl and actually win it. They ain't get to the Super Bowl because of Jimmy G. They got there because of their defense and their coaching and great special teams and yada, yada, yada. So the Niners are thinking, do we keep going with this motto of average quarterback, great defense, maybe a better run game, or do you look towards the future? When I say future, I don't mean next year. I mean the next 2, 3, 4 years, when maybe these teams in the division, like the Seahawks, like the Rams with Matt Stafford, maybe they go bye-bye, and now you're the head of your cream of the crop. Now you have Trey Lance, who's possibly the best quarterback in the division, has that upside. I'm not saying he's going to be, but he has the upside. Now you're battling with him and Kyler Murray, 1-2. So for me, they had two options here, and that was from the start of the draft. They either pick Patrick Surtain at corner, help that corner position, or they pick quarterback. And they went the long route. They went the future route of Trey Lance. I don't have a problem with it. I would have a problem with it if he's not done. Trade up to get Mac Jones. It's a horrible selection. You could have got him at 15. Could have got him at where you're at back in the draft. So as soon as they trade up to get this pick, I think that's quarterback, the guy who they can work on. Trade Jimmy G. That's the big question. No one knows that.
But for the value, for what they had to give up to get him, it's not worth it.
Don't know that yet. Do not know that yet. You'll know in 5 years.
Yeah, that's I'm glad you brought up that point. One thing that drives me crazy, absolutely nuts, every single year in the draft is these post-draft grades that come out the day after.
You have no clue.
You have no clue. None at all. How many people thought – now, I'm not saying that it was a lot, but I'd be willing to bet that if you go back – what is it, about 10 years? When was Jamarcus Russell drafted? Wasn't that 2011?
Oh,
is that about right?
No, 2007.
Yeah, it was 2007, something like that. Okay, 2010 or 2011 was Tebow. That was Tebow time.
Well, he wasn't the first pick, but whatever.
No.
what I remember is that, yeah, a lot of people thought that was a crazy pick, but there were plenty of people that, I think that was a great pick. I go back and look. I'm sure that there were people that thought that he was, the best quarterback in the draft. Otherwise, why would he have gone number one, right? RG3 going ahead of so many quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers falling behind Alex Smith and all these other guys. Okay, if you go back to those drafts and you look at the post-draft grades from the day after, you're going to have A's and B's on teams that blew it. And you're going to have grades on teams that ultimately did very well for themselves and weren't graded properly. So take these postseason or post-draft grades that come out the day, 2 days, 3 days after, throw them out the window. Go back now to the 2018 draft and now grade it and see how these teams did.
Yeah, true. No, it's right. I mean, that's just, my biggest question is what caused the shift? Because all we heard was Mac Jones, and now you're taking a guy that literally had one game in the last 2 years or 1 year. Go ahead, brother.
Smoke screen. I love it. Smoke screen in the draft. I love him. Now, when I heard this Mac Jones talk, I said, "Oh, this is smoke screen for Justin Fields." Woke up this morning and said, Justin Fields. All of a sudden, I start looking at these lines when I'm at work. I'm like, Justin Fields plus 900? Whoop. There goes that. Vegas ain't taking plus 900 hit. So it's that as soon as that hit, I said, oh, it's Trey Lance time. You ain't picking Mac Jones at 3. Are you crazy? Dude, you would have got booed off the stage. They're taking Trey Lance as soon as I saw that line go up, and that was easy for me. I was sweating it, obviously, but I was pretty confident in it.
No, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, when everything starts shifting, I just, I'm just saying more as a football head. Like what caused San Francisco? Was it the size? Was it? I mean, who knows? But my question now is, where does Mac Jones go?
I think
does he land in that 7, 8, 9 range with Carolina? And
well, let's take a look at. I'm going to take a look at the Bet US odds and see what they say.
I think it goes 9. Mac Jones and Justin Fields, the only quarterbacks that are really talked about right now. I think one can go at 9, one can go at 15. Look out for the Saints to come up and grab one of those guys. Maybe they trade the Lions. Maybe they trade with Denver. So this guy Teddy Bridgewater.
Side note, my max play just hit.
Nice, buddy. Let's go.
Caps and pens over 5.5 cash, baby.
That was
nice.
Quick.
Second period cash.
All right. On that, now I'm going to look for the Mac Jones props on here. But while I'm looking for that, let's feed on this for a little bit. The Falcons, the pick is in. So let's try to rattle this off quick. They were 4-12 last year. If they didn't have to play 4 quarters of football, they would have been 8-8, right? But there are 4 quarters in it. Super Bowl odds plus 6,600. Their season win total 7.5 wins, over -105, under -125. According to NFL.com, their biggest needs: edge rusher, corner, offensive line, safety, and quarterback. The Falcons' biggest holes are on defense, where they're shopping for edge rushing help yet again. A chance to pluck Matt Ryan's eventual successor with their top pick will be tempting, though. And anybody that can figure out how to manage a fourth quarter, that's me. I'm just elaborating on that case.
It's got to be Kyle Pitts here. I mean, that's just.
That's the big.
But
So
when
they
you
have
make
9
that
picks
move,
for the first one.
but when you make that move to replace Matt Ryan, if you take Kyle Pitts, you're banking that you still got Matt Ryan for at least 3, 4, 5 years. You're not going to waste those good years with Kyle Pitts with Matt Ryan, are you?
Well, it looks like they are. Put that way.
Man. See, I mean, they have to get a quarterback. I think they had to get a quarterback in this spot. Since, I mean, Mac Jones could learn from Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's not a dumb quarterback. He's a smart quarterback. He doesn't throw that too many. I mean, I got to look at the stats before I put my foot in my mouth, but I'm sure, Mac Jones is a smart guy who doesn't turn over that ball, and he can learn from Matt Ryan and not get his bad habits.
The problem is with the Matt Ryan situation and Julio Jones, and we talked about trading Julio Jones before we started here.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. There you go.
The problem is the money. The problem is the cap room. Now you're so invested in two guys where you have to keep adding to this team. You have to keep adding the best players. You can't just start looking at what's next, right? You're still in this huge tap room situation where you have so much money invested. It's like being invested in long-term stock. You're still in there. You're still holding for one more shot, right? You're still holding on as long as you can. Matt Ryan, he's always that guy who's there but not really there. He gets into the water, but he's still got to drink it. He can't drink the water. Not saying it's his fault. It's been coaching. It's been defense. It's been lack of talent in the run game. Bad offensive line. So the Kyle Pitts pick is just the best available player. I don't have a problem with this. I think it adds to the offense. This tells me they're not trading Julio Jones. This tells me that they're going to maybe move up in the draft to get a cornerback, safety, maybe Michael Parsons at linebacker. They do need edge help. Maybe the guy from Michigan, can't remember his name right now, but they're going to need to make a move. Yeah, they're going to need to make a move in the first round. They'll be trading up, I think, one of the trades at some point, maybe the second round. But they need the rest of the draft, all defense. No more offense, unless it's offensive lineman. All defense, all secondary. That's all they need the rest of the draft. So,
speaking of offensive linemen, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. But speaking of offensive linemen, we come to my neck of the woods, the Cincinnati Bengals at number 5. And so a quick rundown of them. Just spoiler alert: if they don't draft an offensive lineman, there will be mutiny in the city. I'm just putting it out there.
He's got a beautiful scar on that knee right now, man.
I bet that he does, and you know what? Clee, you know this. I couldn't possibly care less about the Bengals.
I know. It hit him as much as Sin is from Sin City. Cincinnati, he is not a Bengals fan. He is a fan of who he's betting on. We'll put it that way.
No, I hope they go 0-16. But, they are technically still part of the NFL. They haven't been relegated yet. So with that, Bengals were 4-11-1 last year. Their Super Bowl odds are among the highest. Plus, they're basically 125-1. Season win total, I don't know how it's this high. This is crazy. 6.5 wins, flat, over 115, under -115. Biggest needs: offensive line, no kidding, edge rusher, wide receiver, tight end, defensive tackle. Now, again, NFL.com is who put this out. Cincinnati's primary mission should be to give Joe Burrow a much better supporting cast than he had a year ago, from the front 5 to the skill positions. Beyond that, the work of turning around a pass rush that produced a league-low 17 sacks in 2020 shouldn't end with the additions of Trey Hendrickson and Larry, whatever his last name is. I'm not even gonna try that. They have 8 draft picks. This is the first one. Are they doing something that's not offensive line?
It's either offensive line or wide receiver here. If they're smart, they'll go Penny. If they're not, they'll go Devontae or Jamar or something like that. But it has to be Penny Sewell. I don't see how it's not.
Again, they got a reminder of what happens when you don't surround this guy with good offensive linemen with that scar on his knee. I mean, it's just the honest truth. That guy, Burrow, got killed so much last year. And again, it's not like the division's gotten any worse around him. And yes, the Bengals improved a bit. I'm not going to deny that, but when you have to face the Browns, who have Clowney and Miles twice a year, and the Steelers twice a year with TJ Watt, and the pass rushers that Baltimore has, and that defense that crushed them twice last year. You have to get some sort of protection from him. I don't care how good of a wide receiver Jamar Chase is. He's a beast. Don't get me wrong. The guy balled out with Burrow as his quarterback 2 years ago. But you have to get him some sort of protection that is going to be a first-round pick. That's going to be your franchise left tackle, and that's Penny. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. He's going to be your left tackle for years to come in this NFL. And you can, just plug him in day one, have him start, move Jonah Williams into guard if you need to, and go from there. I just, if they go wide receiver here, they're making a huge mistake. I know you want to surround him with playmakers too, but the biggest priority has got to be Joe Burrow's health.
Mm-hmm. Well, so along those lines, according to BetUS, again, the official sports book of PickCity.com, who will be the first offensive lineman drafted? Well, Penne is a huge favorite at minus 700. The next closest is Rashawn Slater at plus 375. So if it is going to be an offensive lineman, it's probably going to be Penne.
And he's not. I mean, it's rightfully so. The guy was balled out 2 years ago for Oregon. He took the year off this year because of the whole, COVID stuff and uncertainty with the Pac-12 playing. And I kind of look at it like, all right, you had literally a whole season to train and get bigger and bit faster, and chase the same thing down in LSU. But again, I go back to Joe Burrow and his health, and he needs protection, and that should be their number one priority going forward. Because I'll admit it, and I've said it, John, with the podcast we do. Mm-hmm. I was overly impressed with Joe Burrow. I really was. The guy got better week after week after week, despite literally getting killed week after week after week. I mean, and I don't understand. In terms of the over/under, you said it was 6.5.
Yeah.
It's
about 5.5 too many.
You got to play 3 really, really good teams in that division now, and maybe they'll steal one, but again, it's an under for me.
One thing we haven't actually touched on this yet, but it's interesting to mention that we're talking about all these unders. Let's not forget there's 17 games in the regular season coming up this year. It's not going to be your typical 16-game season. So where a team would have gone 8-8, now they're either going to go 8-9 or 9-8. So that could very easily play a role here. So
the Cincinnati Bengals added the 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, and they have Nick Bosa. So you know what?
Right.
Like you may want to get someone to block him. I'm just saying.
Can I ask something here?
Go ahead, brother.
I think the Bengals finished second in the division. I have them over the Steelers.
Are they getting rid of 2 other teams in the division?
I have them over the Ravens. Finish, Johnny. Huh? Let me finish. I have them over both those teams. This is if Joe Burrow's healthy and he plays most of the year. They got better on defense, which is their problem. If Joe Mixon at running back, they got a pretty solid offense with Joe Burrow. I don't trust Lamar. I think Ravens. Look at the Ravens.
Stupid.
Under.
Wow.
Bengals
doing Bengal things.
There's Bengal Nation.
They picked Chase.
Bengals doing Bengal things.
They took Chase.
No.
Wow.
Sorry to spoil it for you, John.
I mean, is anybody shocked? Anybody? Bueller.
Who are you gonna tell me a guy in the second round is gonna come in and play left tackle for you?
Yep.
Wow.
You have a future All-Pro sitting there at 5 for you. The best offensive lineman probably to come through in a while. I'll put it in plain English. And I mean, I know you want to please your quarterback with getting his guy, I guess, from LSU. But come on, man. Like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, he's from LSU.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Jamar Chase. I think the dude's uber talented. Like, I'm not saying that, but their focus needed to be protecting Joe Burrow, and now they're going to say, "Well, we'll take it maybe in the second round." Like, it just Steve Chase just for the occasion. Yeah.
And it's funny because I have that same suit. I was considering wearing that for the pod, but I didn't want to show you all up. So, I just went with the regular sweatshirt. But yeah.
One thing to add
so this is what I know.
Miami's pissed.
Go ahead, my man.
Yeah, Miami's got to be pissed.
Now they got Devontae or Waddle, or they take Najee Harris, or you trade the hell out of here. This could be a
if
trade.
I'm the Dolphins, I get the hell out.
This is bad news, man.
What was our over-under on trades there, John?
4.5.
4.5 in the first round.
There
haven't been any yet.
Number 1.
Wow.
I mean, again,
think
I understand the talent of Jamar. Like, he's a super talented dude, but like, you
need Penny there.
Yeah, you just passed up on something special at left tackle. Those guys don't come around a lot.
Joe Burrow, he was effective because he had protection at LSU. He was able to utilize Jamar Chase's speed and everybody else's, Justin Jefferson. They had no off. They're not going to have any time to use him. He's going to be halfway down the field. He's going to be on his back. What's the point of getting him?
You would like to assume. Let me take that back. I don't like to assume, but let's just say that Burrow had some sort of input into who the Bengals pick was going to be. Right? So if he really felt like he had enough protection and he said, you know what, I'll fend for myself. I'll be fine. You go get my guy. They have more picks. The Bengals have 8 picks in the draft. Okay.
Yeah,
so, one more than that.
It's a huge drop off in talent O-line after Penny and what's his name?
Dude from Northwestern.
Yeah.
Slayton.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with the rest of the line. But you would think that maybe he had some input there. So with that, let's turn the page on the stupid Bengals. We don't have to say their stupid name for the rest of the day, unless they make a trade or something. Dolphins at number 6. They got this from the Eagles. Their Super Bowl odds at 25-1. Season win total 9 wins. Over is juiced -125. Under -105. Dolphins' biggest needs: wide receiver, edge rush, offensive line, running back, linebacker. This from NFL.com. The offense was decidedly not explosive when Tua Tagovailoa was at the helm in 2020, but with a little more seasoning and better weaponry on the perimeter, the second-year signal caller could have South Beach rocking. Brian Flores' defense requires attention too, with the Dolphins seeking to replace the pass rush production that left town with Shaq Lawson and Kyle Van Noy. Dolphins have 8 picks overall. This is, of course, their first one. They do have another first-round pick at 18. So, with that, where are we going, kids?
How about Penny? Yeah, right now.
That was a gift.
Yeah,
that was a gift for Tua.
I agree. You need to protect Tua, and this is the perfect spot for him. And then you can get another weapon at 18. The skill position is pretty deep here. Even if they want someone like Najee, they can probably get him at 18. So, I would go Penny here and stir up that left tackle for 10 years.
And Najee would be
Tua's on a bad knee too, so you got to. Tua's bad knee is 1 year plus, a little healthier than Joe Burrow's, but still a bad knee, so you got to protect him.
And then that hit too before he even got into the league.
That's right.
I mean, I could maybe see a skill position here, maybe like a Jalen Waddle, but I don't know.
That's a gift. That's a gift getting Penny.
I would take Penny.
Because they're probably to get a lineman in the later round. They're probably thinking of getting that guy from Northwestern in the later round. They're probably hoping on that guy. But if Penny fell in their lap, they're probably saying, hey, we'll just use this.
Yeah.
You have to. They can't go 2 offensive. They can't go 2 skill positions. They can't go 6 and 18. So I think this is a clear pick of Penny. Get Najee 18. Get Waddle 18.
So here's a good one. Who's gonna be the next quarterback off the board? Is it gonna be Pitts, or is it gonna be Fields, or is it gonna be Mac Jones?
It's gonna be Fields at 9 to Denver.
Yeah, if it is Fields, for the sake of Vegas Crusher, we want him to not go now and not go 7, but to go another one after that.
Yep.
That's where I was leading
it to. When you get it.
That's where I was leading to, my guys.
And yeah, you're gonna have to fill me in because I'm about 10 seconds behind you all.
Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
They're still announcing Jamar Chase on my side. So I'm way behind you guys.
What are we at? Pick 6 here? Or no, that's 6. I think that, that eliminates. I had Sue Penne going under 6.5. That eliminates that one for me.
And he's not going here either. And he might go to Carolina, but.
So Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama, goes 6.
This Detroit pick will be a wide receiver as well. So
this has got to be Devontae then, right? You would think.
Yeah, and Vegas Crusher is going to be safe here at this point because what do you got? This is number 7 now. Lions already have.
He's looking pretty damn good.
Yeah.
John, do you have an over and under from BetUS of wide receivers in the first round?
I am going to check that now. I'm actually in the process right now of checking off all of the picks that have already cashed, and but I will get to that. The question is number of wide receivers drafted in round 1.
Round 1, yeah.
All right, one moment, please. I shall return shortly.
So while he's doing that, I'm just looking at a Pro Football Focus. Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, they're 6th, 7th, and 8th ranking. Height 6'1", 6'1", and 5'10". They're varying pounds, maybe by 20, 25 pounds each in between them both. So any one of those 3 would be an awesome addition to any wide receiver core. You couldn't go wrong with either one of these guys. I mean,
Lions already have their pick in.
It has to be wide receiver, one of the 3.
This is Devontae.
Lions, well, you look that up. I'll take the reins here. Lions over under for wins this year is 5. They're plus.
Yep.
Even for the over and under is minus 130. What do you think?
That's right. And Super Bowl odds is 150 to 1.
I like that over 5 for the Lions. I mean, Goff isn't bad. You're going to give up. You're going to get an experienced quarterback who's going to go to a team. I mean, their coaching staff is going to be all new. They're all going to pretty much be a fresh, brand new team. I mean, 5 is pretty low, and that division isn't the greatest. I mean,
I kind of disagree here. I got the under. New coaching staff, Jared Goff. I mean, yeah, whatever. No run game. We don't have a run game, really. No defense.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And no weapons on offense. 0.
Yeah, no, I don't know where the wins are going to come with this team. As much as Jared Goff balled out early on in his career with Sean McVay, he hasn't shown much last year. I don't know where it comes this year. You got a new coaching staff. You got question marks on defense. Jeffrey Okudah needs to have a way better year than he did a year ago. I just don't know who they have offensively, really, too.
Whoever they pick here and T.J. Hawkinson, that's about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you look at their division now, Green Bay's now a question mark. Before you could just put Green Bay at the top, Green Bay and Chicago. Green Bay's now a question mark because Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be there anymore. The Bears always have a quarterback question mark, but their defense is good, so that's always nice. The Lions, I think they just had a locker room problem. A lot of these guys, they quit real easy on the locker room. So if their locker room isn't cool, they're out. So I think maybe all these changes and stuff might be good. Who knows? I don't know. But 5, why not? I mean, it's gambling. Let's take a gamble. Why not? That sounds good.
It's not bad odds, though. I will say plus 100
it's
5
even.
Wins.
5 out of 18?
John, as we say, you never bet against the Lions on Thanksgiving, except for when you bet.
Except for last year.
Yeah. But,
I see you in gambling. What's going on, my guy? Just chimed in the chat there.
I missed it.
There we go. Rambling, gambling. A couple of here we go. Lions pick is in. Have they made the announcement yet?
No.
No.
They're interviewing Jalen Waddle.
So real quick, I haven't had a chance to cross all of these off. Wide receiver, how many in the first round? Interestingly, that was one position that I did not see offered. Quarterbacks, running backs, safeties, etc. That was all on there. Wide receivers, I did not see.
Was running backs at like 2?
Running backs, again, let's see.
Go get him while he's looking that up. I mean, while we're thinking about this, outside of Najee, do you see Etienne or Williams going in the first round?
I see not anymore because of what the Dolphins did. If they pick Petty, I'd have Najee going at 18.
The Lions draft room is going crazy. Like, literally, they are jumping around, hugging and kissing each other. Like,
kind of like the Lions do in the third quarter.
Yeah. Nice stadium, though, for
Ford Field.
Yeah.
All right, running backs drafted. Your running backs drafted in the first round, the over-under is 1/2.
1/2.
A half.
That's what I figured.
Who's going to get a half a running back?
Is that juiced? Is that
the
juiced
over is -400.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Najee is going to go in the first round. I don't have any doubt about that.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
But come on, announce it already, Roger. What are you doing? Eating Skittles? Here we go.
Penny Sewell.
Penny Sewell.
Tortured Lions fans.
One pick. That's a beat.
Awful.
That's
so
a
bad,
beat
though.
for me.
That's an awful pick. Awful. You have nobody at wide receiver.
That's I had Penny under 6.5.
Ouch. Well, on a positive note, Vegas Crusher cashes his Justin Fields bet, so
what was that?
He will be the next entrant in the Pick City Rumble.
Bro, let me get that tweeted out here.
There you go. Get on it.
Wow.
Hey, look at that.
That's an interesting one. That is interesting.
Look at that product placement. Got the Pizza Hut boxes right there in the front. Look at that.
They better switch that over to Little Caesars pretty soon.
See, advertising 101, fellas. Advertising 101.
Mm-hmm.
No, Little Caesars family owns the Lions and the Red Wings for that man.
Where does Devontae go now?
He's gonna go top of you.
I mean, I don't see him going past 11 with the Giants.
Oh, that's great. That's a great pick.
By the way, Boston just took a 3-2 lead on Buffalo for those.
Damn right they did. Max Play.
Go get him and I both have some sort of parlay together. I have one a little separate than his, but we both have the Bruins in that parlay. So I have Carolina as my other half.
So this would be a bad time to tell you that I took a flyer on Buffalo, huh?
Yeah. Well, did you take them 1.5, or did you take them just straight up?
I took them straight up.
Or was it like 6?
I do a half a unit per bet.
Okay.
John.
So, hey, you know what? The Sabres have been very good to me these last 2 weeks. Very good to me.
Damn it.
Hey, those Flyers have been playing with heart. I subscribed to the baseball package, so they threw in hockey as a freebie. So I've been getting into the hockey, and those Flyers, man, they like to pull that goalie like with about 5 or 6 minutes left. They're like, yeah, let's try to win this one out.
Carolina just took a 3-1 lead. I'm on Tampa Bay money line in regulation as well, and they're up 2-0 right now in the third period. Short-handed goal. So looking pretty good on my end. There you go.
All right. Cleve, maybe you can give me some score updates here, because every screen available to me is being used either by this show or by the actual draft. So
come at me, buddy.
Let's see here. So how are we doing with the Sabres and Bruins? How's that looking right now?
With 9, I can't read. With 11:45 to go, Bruins 3, Buffalo 2. Again, as I just said, there's some sort of action for all three of us in that. Again, I have it in a parlay with Carolina. Go get him has it in a parlay. You said with Toronto? I think so.
He's on his phone.
Yeah.
He's taking care of business.
Yeah.
Stars and Lightning, how are we looking there?
Stars, Lightning up 2-0. Again, I have that money line in regulation, -110 tonight. It's a 1-unit play. 9:16 to go with that. Tampa Bay just scored shorthandedly. So if you want to take them live right now, they're -10,000.
Yeah, that's a strong pass. Yeah.
Look at that. Great value.
Isles and Battle of New York. Isles and Rangers. How we looking?
Isles 3, Rangers 0, 11:09 to go in the third.
I will take it. And then the last hockey one, last hockey pick for the moment, we have Nucks and Leafs, the total.
End of second period, 3-1 Leafs.
Yeah, it's a little shaky. Okay.
Yeah, that was the other half of your parlay, yeah. I gave out as a free play tonight the Flyers and the Devils over 6. That's currently 3-2 with 10:30 left. And the Panthers pick is in. Who do you think the Panthers are going to take, gentlemen?
I think it's going to be all the offensive linemen.
Should be.
Well, now that they have the Jets quarterback, now they've got Darnold, so they got to figure out a way to protect him and give him some weapons too. So here's what NFL.com has to say. First, they were 5-11 last year. Their Super Bowl odds plus 5,000. Their season win total. Now this seems high to me. 7.5 over and under both juiced at -115. Biggest needs: offensive line, corner, wide receiver, safety, tight end. And here's what NFL.com has to say. After spending all of their picks on defensive players a year ago, a more diversified approach is in order for Carolina. They have 8 picks. This is their first one. They don't pick again until number 39. So, we still going offensive line, kids?
Yeah, I like the Rashawn Slater pick there. I could see this being Justin Fields, though, too. And having him sit here, learn Joe Brady's offense and Matt Rule. I also like the over, too, at 7.5. I like the direction that Matt Rule has that team going with McCaffrey and company on offense. So I think you shore up your offensive line with Slater here and to have a year with Darnold and see what happens from there.
I would find it interesting if they drafted a quarterback after just trading for Darnold, who's only out of the draft he's only been in the league.
But you don't have to re-sign him though. That's the thing. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a crazy move. It wouldn't be a crazy move if they do draft a quarterback. It would have to be either some kind of offensive weapon for Darnold or protection for him with Slater. So it'd have to be either some kind of weapon or defense. Or some kind of weapon.
Another shocker, guys.
Jesus.
J.C. Horn, cornerback, South Carolina.
Okay.
That's another way.
All right.
I said not him.
So let's see what BetUS had on the Horn props here. Let's see. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I look for what.
I would have went with the other guy, the one from Alabama. I would have went with the kid from Surtain, Patrick Surtain. I would have went with Surtain before J.C. Horn, but I mean he's a solid player as well. Some players even had him better than Surtain. So I mean they can't go wrong.
I don't mind the pick. I mean, it was a need. I mean, definitely was a need for them. I would maybe have shored up the offensive line a little more, but his stock has been rising lately. I mean, as I said at the start of the show, New Orleans was talking about coming up to 8 to get him. So he does go at 8. So that's a bit of a shocker, though, in terms of the gambling front, because a lot of people had Surtain going as the first defensive back, like very heavily juiced. I saw some -300s, -400s.
BetUS had it -300. J.C. Horn, if you were fortunate enough to take him as the first cornerback drafted, you got paid +200. So congratulations if you cashed that one.
Hey,
so Broncos are up next.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
If Denver passes on Fields, okay, the next team with a quarterback situation, Patriots. Now,
There you go.
Fields could drop all the way to 15 And if they pick Mac Jones over Justin Fields, I might have to ML. If after that, next quarterback situation would probably be Washington at 19. So interesting situation here if Denver passes on Fields, which it's a 50-50 shot for me. I think they either go offensive line with the guy from Northwestern. Well, they pick Fields here. Could be Surtain as well. They have a lot of needs.
The Broncos just got Teddy Bridgewater, right? So
Yes.
their quarterback needs are filled for the moment. So here's the Broncos outlook according to NFL.com. Biggest needs: quarterback, offensive line, linebacker. Well, it says quarterback, not anymore, but I don't know, maybe they're looking for backup. Anyway, quarterback, offensive line, linebacker, defensive line, running back. Denver should be in the quarterback market even after trading for Teddy Bridgewater, who has 1 year left on his contract. A right tackle, playmaking inside linebacker, and depth for the D-line and running back position should also be on the radar for George Patton in his first draft as general manager. They were 5-11 a year ago. Their Super Bowl odds are just as bad as Jacksonville's and New York's were at plus 7,500. Season win total 7.5 wins, over -105, under -125. Boy, that seems like it's dead on because that division is the Chiefs and everybody else. So
Here's something to chew on there, John.
yeah,
Pro Football Talk tweeted this out about an hour ago. Per source, there is no negotiations currently happening between the Broncos and Packers, but the Broncos are preparing to make the selection at 9. Could you see Aaron Rodgers possibly going to Denver?
hell no. Why would no? Why no? Yeah, I'm still going. If he doesn't retire, and then secondly, if he doesn't, change his mind and go back to the Packers, he's going to the 49ers. That's well, maybe not now. Obviously, he just got the quarterback. I take that back. So he'll retire sooner. No, he's not going to the Broncos.
Okay. Just a question.
When you're old, you go to somewhere where it's warm, right?
What was the what was their over-under on wins?
7.5.
Well, the weather's nice. Well, the weather shouldn't bother him.
I'll go under here. I think they're at 6-10, 7-19.
It's a straight pass for me because, like I said, that division is Chiefs and then everybody else. So
Raiders are a question mark. I think the Chargers should have gotten better without Anthony Lynn. So you should add on about 3 or 4 wins there just for him not being on their sidelines alone.
3 or 4.
Man, the fate. I'm going to miss the fate of Anthony Lynn this year, man. That was money in the bank every week.
No, that was a train wreck. That was a train wreck every Sunday. Every Sunday, you knew some shenanigans was coming with that late Charger game.
But yeah, no, I'll go under 7.5 for the Broncos. Again, first year head coach and a front office that's brand new as well. So I like Teddy Bridgewater, but I just don't see it.
Have you guys seen what Teddy Bridgewater's cover rate is in his whole career?
It's very
he covers
good.
around 70% of his games that he starts. It's insane.
Crazy.
We'll get back to that this fall there, John.
So the best available: Devontae Smith, Rashawn Slater, Justin Fields, Vera Tucker from USC, the guard, and Michael Parsons at 5. That's big Mel's board.
Go ahead there, G.
I don't know. I like Devontae Smith, but who knows? Sorry, Mac Jones.
I'll be fine with Mac
Running out of
Jones.
time here. So as the Broncos are now down to around a minute to go for their pick, one of the other props that I found interesting here was, will a team's draft get moved back due to a missing pick?
What year was that, like 98 with the Vikings or whatever when that happened?
Yeah, is anybody going to let the clock run out? Who knows?
Maybe Dallas if that happens.
I'm surprised it wasn't the Bengals, honestly, but, that's all right.
I mean, I don't think they need a wide receiver. They have Sutton. They have I'm missing a guy.
Judy.
Thomas?
Yeah, Judy. Thank you.
Very
Micah Parsons here, maybe? I don't know.
They got to get. I mean,
Pick is in.
who knows? Here we go.
Just under the gun.
Rashawn Slater, maybe the tackle from Northwestern.
Yeah, I think
That's what I'm thinking.
I hope it's not.
I mean, man, I guess after Trevor Lawrence and the other guy, I guess the quarterbacks aren't worth the darn. Poor guys.
I mean, the funny thing is, I think Fields is better than Wilson. Like that's the thing to me. I do, but I just it's the needs right now of these teams. That's another.
Well, you're also an Ohio State fan. You're biased.
No, blinders on or whatever you want to call it. I think he's better. From who they played and how he's looked.
I agree.
I think if he falls to New England, I think Belichick runs up there. That'd be something. I bring the dog with him, but you know what?
After this, it's free roam. If they don't pick here a quarterback, it's Patriots pick quarterback, either Mac Jones or Fields, and Belichick will probably stick it to me and not pick either one of them.
Stick to your Garoppolo theory. I like that one.
But if they get Slater, at least they can take advantage of Jerry Jeudy.
All right, you guys ready for this one?
This is dropping.
The Cowboys will not be happy. I'll say that. Patrick Surtain, Alabama quarterback.
That would be good. Let's see.
I like the fans all decked out on stage there too. That's
there
pretty good.
is Patrick Surtain.
Yep.
That's interesting. That's not going to make Cowboys fans happy at all. That was the guy they wanted.
Hold up. Now, Cowboys just lost Sean Lee, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. There we go.
What are the odds?
Now let's look at Micah Parsons' draft position here. Let's see. It's just there's page upon page upon. I mean, one thing BetUS does extraordinarily well is you have options because there's a lot here.
If Jerry Jones gets a quarterback here, Jerry Jones is an asshole. I just have to say it right then and there.
Is that really an if?
If he does take a quarterback, oh come on, that's crazy.
No, but I'm saying, isn't he anyway? Whether he takes a quarterback or not.
Yeah,
what does the quarterback have to do with it?
Yeah. It's like, man, he would do that too. I can see that happening.
Update from the ice. 3-0 now. Tampa Bay. That's actually a final. Tampa wins.
That one's dead.
So that's a cash for me. Regulation win.
All right, who are we looking for again? Let's see.
Or do you get help on the offensive line for Dak?
That's always an option.
I mean, if you're franchise,
you'll also be helping Zeke if you get that line fixed up. But Sean Lee retiring is going to put a hole in your defense. But it's been a hole anyways because he hasn't been there the last couple of seasons anyways due to injury. So,
if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm happy if it's Slater or if it's Parsons, and then. You go from there. You got a replacement there then for – I know Mike is more of an outside linebacker, but, I mean, he's a freak athlete, though.
Real quick on Surtain. Which team will draft Patrick Surtain? The Cowboys were the odds-on favorites at -125. The Broncos, if you had them, congratulations, +500.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an inside stuff right there.
Let's mark that one down.
So for me, it's Dallas right here. This is either Micah or the
Contain that thing, GG. That thing's going crazy.
Which team will draft Micah Parsons? You want to take a stab at the Cowboys? If you were doing this pre-draft, would have been +800.
Wow.
For Micah Parsons. So anybody that's sitting on that ticket is
what about Slater?
Chops right now.
Slater.
Slater doesn't have his own individual one on here. First
Micah was
corner
what?
drafted, we already went through.
What was Micah you said? Sorry.
Micah to the Cowboys was plus 800.
Adam Schefter's reporting Dallas is trading out of 10.
Yeah.
They're trading down?
They're trading out, yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, because they didn't get their guy. Like, well, if we can't get him, screw it.
Philadelphia on the clock.
Devontae Smith, easy pick.
It's got to be Devontae. Rappaport, or I think it was Daniel Jeremiah, said they're trying to get in front of the Giants. It's got to be Devontae Smith then.
So with the Eagles having moved into position now, let's just give a quick preview on them. They were 4-11-1 last year. Their Super Bowl odds are 75-1. Total season win total 6.5 wins. Over is heavily juiced at -135. Under at +105. Eagles' biggest needs: wide receiver, hello Devontae Smith, cornerback, offensive line, linebacker, defensive line. Again, NFL.com. Thank you very much. Philly just picked a wide receiver in the first round last year, Jalen Reagor, but it's in the market for another young talent at the position after parting ways with Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey. There are pressing needs in the secondary for GM Howie Roseman too. So it's got to be Devontae, right? Like you all said.
You would think.
I mean, the Cowboys missed their shot at their guy, and now the Eagles have a shot at their guy. So
any one of those three receivers would be fine. Can't go wrong.
And with I know I saw a Devontae Smith prop on here somewhere too as far as draft position. This is pick number 10. I believe his position was 11.5.
Yep.
Goal for the Bruins, by the way, for those keeping track.
Let's go, baby.
Now.
Ooh.
And if you played the free play tonight, again, follow us on Twitter. All of our ads are at the bottom here. Tonight's free play for me, Jersey and Philadelphia just cashed as well. Over 6.5, over 6, 5-2 now in the third. Thank you very much, New Jersey and Philadelphia, for being the gift that keeps on giving.
All right, let's see here. There's the draft selection number. All right, we have Devontae Smith. Well, you're sitting on plus money here if they do in fact take him. Oh, there you go. They just did. Oh no, they didn't. They're just showing him in the backstage. Devontae Smith. Well, yeah, Devontae Smith draft position 11.5. Under 11.5 was plus 110. So a little bit of plus money for you here, assuming they follow through with it. Minute 53 to go. I don't know what they're waiting for. If they traded up, they should have known already.
If Maple Leafs can hold on to this -1 lead and Bruins can hold on, it'll be a 10+ unit day for me again. Sweet.
Boy.
You were 12-0. Are you going to be 15-0 now with this?
So I'll be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'll be 16-0 run.
Sweet, fancy Moses.
Yeah, this guy's been killing it. You guys have been giving me arthritis lately over the last couple of weeks.
Hey,
Man,
but
I was happy to get.
But I'm a fraud.
My Twitter finger is strong. Man, Michael Parsons looks like he's going to scam somebody.
Picking.
Sorry, 15-0 run. Sorry.
Well, for now, right? Just wait for another one.
Yep.
Rappaport saying possibly. They're saying it's possibly Slater too.
No way.
To Philly?
He's not saying it's going to happen, but he said that's the other. It's probably Smith, but Slater could be the other option.
My buddy has other for Devontae, so I'm rooting for Devontae.
I don't mind Devontae. He's a good help. Tore us up in the town.
You have to.
Yeah, that guy's fast. That guy got speed.
Especially when you put a linebacker on him.
Unless they think
How do you know about that? Ohio State. Man.
Still can't believe that happened.
Who also? I mean, Alabama was loaded.
I couldn't believe. I remember watching that. I'm just like, how you got one, like, okay, not one guy, but like your main wide receiver, and you put a linebacker on him, like.
Yeah, but you guys had to worry about the other guy on the other side, and then you had to worry about the running back.
At least put a DB on him. Like,
I mean, you just had nothing you guys could do with that poor guy. I mean, you guys had nothing to do with that Alabama team.
That Alabama team was you could have. We had to play perfect and beyond perfect that game. And, yeah,
it was just too hard. I mean,
here we go.
That team.
Here comes Goodell. He's talking to the Eagles fan in the chair.
Vontae.
He's still talking to her.
Come on, damn it.
The world is waiting.
Over to the stage.
5-2 throw Seattle. Let's fucking go.
So what are the Cowboys going to do with that 12th pick then? They must have a plan if they knew that their guy was going to be there. Yeah, maybe they are going to go Micah.
The Eagles select Devontae Smith. Yeah.
Let's go.
There it is.
Yep. Smart. That's you had to do it. I wonder how much they had to give up too because of the fact that it's an in-division team too that they had to trade with. I mean
And strange,
Jerry,
draft day makes strange bedfellows.
number 12 and 84 overall.
But there probably is a huge difference between pick 10 money and pick 12 money. I mean, who knows?
Do you think?
Giants looking to trade the pick.
Browns move up. Get Micah. I want another linebacker.
Hey, go get him. Did you just say the Giants are trading their 11?
Yeah, looking to trade it.
Okay, so let's.
So they're shopping.
So here's a question. Well, I guess that's one trade, right? Yeah, I'm thinking. How would you define? Would you define that as one trade or two trades? Because each team made a trade. So isn't that technically two if you're doing
It's one.
Yeah. I'm putting my lawyer hat on right now. Well, each team made a trade. All right, the Giants. Well, let's assume that they don't trade their pick. You want to go ahead and preview the Giants here real quick? We can always go to the next team if
go ahead.
Preview the Giants here. They were 6-10 last year, and amazingly still almost won the stupid NFC East. Their Super Bowl odds are also just as bad as the Jags and the Jets, 75-1. Their season win total is 7 wins, over and under each juiced -115. Their biggest needs are an edge rusher, offensive line, wide receiver, running back, and defensive tackle. A stud edge rusher could be a huge difference maker for Joe Judge's defense. On the other side of the ball, we could be on the verge of witnessing Daniel Jones' breakthrough if GM Dave Gettleman finds the third-year quarterback another playmaker and improved protection. Now, they have relatively few draft picks this time, so I could see where they might want to trade down and get more, but they've got 6. This is the first one, and it pretty much runs down the line. They've got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then they've got 2 6s. So with that, this is a putrid division. We've seen the Cowboys and Eagles already make a trade. We saw the Washington nameless football team win the division at 7-9. What happens with the Giants?
I think they go line. It's gonna be Slater. Micah Parsons could be a play at linebacker. I don't see a reason to trade it here unless they feel comfortable getting Slater at 13 if they trade the Chargers or something like that. Okay, they just traded it. I don't know who it is.
It's the Bears. The Bears.
To the Bears, all right.
This got to be Justin Fields, you would think, right?
Shit.
Well, I thought Andy Dalton was QB1, remember?
Yeah, he could be QB1 for a year, have him sit.
Could be.
He's only a 1-year contract.
There are worse leaders, certainly, than Andy Dalton.
Mac Jones, I'll say it for you.
Please.
Oh.
They have odds on who the Bears would take.
I will look.
I'm sorry.
I will look.
I'm sorry, John.
Go through my encyclopedia here of Bet US picks.
I mean, they were looking at corner, but I maybe they like Caleb Fairley that much. I don't think they would trade up that far.
Well, I do have the first thing that I saw here. First pick for the Bears, offense or defense. Offense is juiced at -350. So you can see what side they're going.
I don't think it would be a wide receiver.
Oh, it's going to be either lineman or quarterback. Shit.
Lineman or
Bears
lineman or
received
quarterback.
the 11th. Oh, man. The Giants got a haul. All right, so the Giants move back to 20. They receive a 5th this year, a 1st next year, and a 4th.
Oh, this has got to be quarterback.
It's got to be Fields.
It has to be quarterback.
If you're giving up
You're
that
a
much,
lot.
it's going to be either Fields or Jones, but I think more Fields.
Please be Jones.
It is a quarterback. It is a quarterback. If you're giving up that much, you're giving up, 3 years worth of draft picks?
Yeah.
Of solid first round, second round picks? Has to be quarterback.
You know, if the cut on Fields was that, you know, he might lack motivation and focus and things like that, didn't the Bears only 10 years ago have a quarterback that fit that same description named Jay Cutler? Would they take a risk, you know, kind of doing the same, making the same mistake twice?
Pick is in.
Looks like Justin Fields is going to Chicago.
And there's a shot of an empty couch. So that's riveting.
Right?
There we go. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah, it's filling up. So that other guy must be the agent. I guess you can tell who the agent is, I guess. But this is what I don't get. It's like, I still don't see the knock on Justin Fields. You guys are in the Ohio area, so you guys have more. I think you guys get, the best information, the ones who are in that local area. I mean, what's the rap on him? I mean, do you guys get that vibe from the locals that
I touched on it before the show. It's been one thing or the other. They first said it was work ethic, but then basically every player and coach came out and said he's the first one in, last one out type of thing. And then it was his decision making in terms of going to the first read all the time. And then they basically miffed that out of the way because they said, if anything, he holds the ball a little bit too long when he's going through his progressions. And now it's maturity level, which is bizarre to me, but and the fact that he transferred schools or something, that was it. I don't get it. I really don't. I think he's a great player. I think that wherever he goes, he'll excel. The other one I loved was because Ohio State's never produced a quarterback. But then again, when did Alabama since Joe Namath?
That was always Alabama's knock.
Yeah, and Tua, and don't get me wrong, Tua's the book is way still out on that one. So it's
But Justin Fields was never going to get a shot. Fromm was there 4 years. He was never going to go.
Yeah.
He was a big man on campus. He was never going to get a shot. If I'm a quarterback and he was a highly regarded, a highly recruited quarterback, why would I not go and play somewhere?
Yeah,
I saw that, the logic of it. I lean toward. Oh, there we go. I lean as a Georgia fan, and I saw that. But I mean, you can't have them all. Someone has to sit.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you got to go where you think you're going to excel the most, and obviously, you saw some at Ohio State with Ryan Day. So I'm not complaining. He was fine for 2 years, and
yeah,
we'll see what's going on now with him. So.
Yeah,
I think there was a little bit of inconsistency a little bit this year, but when he needed to play his best, against Clemson or against Penn State and stuff, he was fine.
But everybody was inconsistent. I kind of threw this year out.
I mean, people want to bring up the Northwestern game, okay, but he didn't have Chris Olave for that game. Half his offensive line had COVID. It was a mess. So
yeah, I remember that game. That was a rough game for him, but he still managed to pull something out to manage to make it salvageable.
It took
Chicago Bears select.
There it is.
Justin Fields.
Had to.
And one of the props for the Bears was position of first drafted player, Chicago Bears. And, Yeah, quarterback wasn't even the favorite, actually. Offensive lineman was the favorite. Quarterback would have gone at plus 350, so congratulations if you had that one.
Ooh.
Mr. Rubin,
Yo.
this is playing right into my hands of Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Patriots.
I can't. If that happens, you will get the Wayne's World "We're Not Worthy" treatment for sure.
Yep, reunited, and it feels so good.
I mean, it would be very Patriot-like. I mean, the fact that they even got Cam Newton last year, everything you saw was, well, of course the Patriots got Cam. Now, it turned out he wasn't any good, but just the idea that they got this, top name, they're not going to go with Jason Stidham next year. He's not going to start game one unless there's an injury. Not a chance. So, yeah, I agree with you. Go get him.
I promised my girls I'd take my barking dogs to the dog park, so I'll be out of this one. But Micah Parsons going to go to the Cowboys watch.
All right, we shall see.
I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
You're out.
Hey,
yeah,
go, brother. Enjoy the dog park.
Yep. Don't feed them after midnight either, I tell you. All right, so we got the Cowboys coming up next. Did we preview them, or did we wait on them until that
we
trade?
talked about them a little bit.
Okay. No, we didn't. As I look at this, I know that we didn't preview the Cowboys. So here we go. Cowboys originally picked 10, now picked 12. They were 6-10 last year. Super Bowl odds at 28-1. Season win total 9.5 wins, but over is plus 110, under minus 140. That's interesting to me. Biggest needs: corner, offensive line, safety, defensive line, linebacker. So a whole lot of defense. Big surprise. Jerry Jones and company have work to do at every level of a defense coming off a disastrous season. The business healthy. Well, yeah, you get franchise quarterback. You just think Kings Rams do. You get him alone out, then it doesn't really a lot. So they have a ton of picks here. 10 picks overall in the draft. In this year's draft. And yeah, so we're going to draft that. What do you think?
Johnny there, buddy?
I'm here. Do you hear me or no?
Your connection was a little bad there.
Sorry about that.
In terms of over-under, what was it at? I couldn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. Here we go. Their season win total was 9.5, but the over is juiced at plus 110, under minus 140.
Give me the over. Right?
I like that too. I mean, in a crappy division, you're getting Dak back.
I think they were extremely good offense with Dak there. They have to shore up some things defensively, obviously. But I think they were obviously give me the over plus 110 there.
I like it too. If you have a healthy Dak and a healthy Zeke, and you're getting an extra game, remember again, 17 games. Is it really unreasonable to ask the Cowboys to go 10-7 in this division? No. I would strongly consider that one.
There's the Mike McCarthy factor though too.
Oh God, that's true. That's true. Well, maybe without him, they would have gone, 11-6. But now it's down to 10-7.
What's your Super Bowl odds?
Super Bowl odds on Dallas was 28-1.
Interesting.
I don't do a whole lot personally. I don't know about you guys. I don't really do a whole lot with the with Super Bowl or World Series odds or a whole lot like that. Although I am sitting on a Dodgers, believe it or not, a Dodgers 19-1 World Series ticket. That's a long story, but I'm pretty happy about that one.
I'm not even gonna ask.
I'll tell you offline. There's a lot that went into that one.
Oh boy.
So we're waiting on the Cowboys now. Let's see. So let's go through here. If you guys have anything you want to banter about.
Go ahead. Go get him.
I think Micah Parsons.
I don't see how it's not him. Again, what we said before at 10 of Slater or Parsons are both there. So if you go either one here, I don't think you can go wrong. So yeah.
I think Parsons goes here and Slater goes to the Chargers.
Oh, real quick as I'm going through this, will Justin Fields not be drafted in round 1? If you were sitting on a no ticket, congratulations. Although you had to lay 25 to 1 on that. So
well, don't worry. Chris Sims had him going 31, so that's all you need to know about that.
There you go. So he still would have been round 1 anyway.
Clown. He was saying that Zach Wilson was his best quarterback, better than Trevor Lawrence. Get the hell out of here.
I didn't write this down. Refresh my memory. I'm sorry. Who did the Dolphins take?
They took Jalen Waddle.
Waddle. Okay. All right. I was looking at another dual player prop, which did not pan out. But that's.
I wonder if they're gonna bring the whole Alabama band back together.
You would think. I mean, how often do you hear about?
Get him taking Najee at 18, just have an Alabama offense. All right, come on. Kanikia, she's a social worker, did all this stuff with COVID. Good for her.
Go back to Dallas here. All right, here we go. Special presentation, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, Dallas, by the way, heavily favored to take a defensive player first at minus 550. So if they do go offense here, that would be pretty shocking.
Clearly Micah here, I think. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy pick for them. That's a great pick.
Yep. No, that's a good play right there. As I said before, I really like Micah Parsons. After seeing him in a lot of Penn State, that's a good get for the Dallas Cowboys, for sure. So.
All right. So with that, we move on to 13.
Oh wait, the Eagles took us offensive player, right? Yeah. Devontae Smith.
Yes, they took.
Oh yeah, so that's one of mine. That was Eagles
that was an easy pick, buddy.
Offense. Yeah, minus 130. That was good. So
there you go. So on the clock now at number 13, lucky number 13, we have the LA Chargers. Super Bowl odds 33 to 1. Season win total 9. Both over and under juiced at minus 115. Their biggest needs: offensive line, cornerback, tight end, safety, and defensive line. So the Chargers have their new franchise quarterback, and as Terry Hatcher would say, he's real and he's spectacular. They should make protecting him the priority come draft time. But GM Tom Telesco, there you go, Tom Telesco also has to find reinforcements for a thinning secondary and at tight end, where Jared Cook is a short-term fix. Thanks again to NFL.com for that. They have 9 picks overall. This is the only one they have in the first round. 7-9 last year. They don't have the goofball of a coach, Anthony Lynn, anymore. So where are we going with the Chargers, kids?
Rashawn Slater,
Offensive
Northwestern. Yeah.
Easy pick. They'll fuck it up, though.
Elijah Vera Tucker from USC could be another one. But I think you got to go offensive line here. Unlike a certain team already in this draft, protect your franchise quarterback. And, build them a line in front of them. You've seen other teams do this now. And then you can, you already have enough skill position players as it is. So you really don't need to address that at all.
Yeah.
So I think you go offensive line, Rashawn Slater, Northwestern. What was the over-under on wins?
LA Chargers over-under wins was 9. 9 flat.
I think that's a push this year. I think they're 9-17 or 9-18.
Yeah, 9-8.
Yeah.
Well, as I said before, I pass on every season win total in that entire division because it's, like I said, it's Chiefs and everybody else a distant second, third, fourth. So
I personally love Justin Herbert, though. So I think they got to having him fall to them last year, I think is a hell of a pickup for them, and you saw him grow throughout the season. So I think he grows this year. again, the Anthony Lynn factor, no longer having him there easily, improves your team by at least a win or two because of how bad he mismanaged things for them a year ago. I think they're better than the Raiders. I don't think they're better than the Chiefs, obviously, but I think they're better than the Raiders. And so I think they're better than the Broncos. So, I see them 9-8, could 10-7, but look at your book and see if you land on 9. If you can land on 9 and have it push, I would take an over there. And if you had an over, it depends on your book, though. I mean, that's just
shop around.
Yeah, shop around. See
Here's
the
your
rules.
betting 101. Shop around. Get multiple books. If you have one that's even money and you have a few others that are minus 110, minus 115, then your decision is pretty easy. So
as I said, we love BetUS and what they've done for us, and
oh my god, yeah.
But as I said, we always say shop around, see where you get the best number though at the same time too. So, yeah. Don't forget Kentucky Derby this week on BetUS. They have some promotions going there. So. Oh
yeah. Yep. All right. So Chargers still counting down. We'll see what they do there. Offense versus defense in the first round, by the way. Offense minus 270, defense plus 180. So to support what you were saying, it's looking like offensive line.
Yeah.
I think they're very well covered at the skill positions, as you guys mentioned too.
And they get Derwin James back this year too. Forgot about that.
Now let's see. What other props can we cross off here? Let's see here. So we know Garoppolo hasn't been traded yet. Nobody's missed a pick yet. Allen Robinson hasn't been traded.
Maple Leafs 4-1. Let's go, baby.
There you go. So we got Chargers, Vikings, Patriots, Cardinals coming up. Go get them. I'm starting to really agree with you here with this whole Garoppolo thing. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm looking at it. I mean, it just makes complete sense for them to do that.
Hey, some other props that have already cashed as I try to sift through these as quickly and efficiently as I can. Will the Falcons trade the number 4 pick? Nope.
You got time, brother. They're going to a commercial right when the pick comes in, so you got some time there.
All right, so let's just mow through these here as fast as we can. Falcons trading the number 4 pick? Nope, minus 300. The Lions did not trade the number 7 pick? No, that was minus 190, fairly reasonable. Panthers did not trade their first-round pick. That was no minus 200. That one's done. The Saints, not up yet. Round 1 total trades. Well, we got 2 right now, right? So the over-under was 4.5. You both thought that over was justifiably juiced. So we're still waiting for potentially 3 more trades. Colts have not drafted yet. We move on. Christian Darrisaw. Oh, no, those are the dual-player props. Those are impossible to cap, so I'm not going to bother. Let's see here. Colts and Chiefs. Will Kyle Trask be drafted before Trey Lance? Nope. Trey Lance was already drafted, so that was minus 1,200. Congratulations if you got that.
If you played that, God bless you.
Will Trey Lance and Mac Jones be drafted before Justin Fields?
No.
Mac Jones
is on the board.
Mac Jones still on there, so that would be a no, and that was minus 200. Cross that one off.
I wonder if when they put that up, if they felt like it would have been Mac instead of Trey.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Well, now here's one just for you, Clee, just for you. Will the Browns draft Jamin Davis? Yes, plus 450. No, minus 850.
Probably no.
Yeah, well, at minus 850, you would think so.
I mean, they have the need at linebacker. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's not a crazy need. I guess I don't know.
All right.
They love the Owasu kid from Notre Dame, so As long as he keeps falling, I have no problem with that.
Okay. Oh, here's one. This one was one that was 2 or 3 pages long, just because of how many options there were. Exact outcome of the top 3 picks. So it was Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. Who was number 3?
Trey
Lance.
Trey Lance. That's right. So that would have been plus 250. Interestingly, you know what the favorite was? Was Lawrence, Wilson, Mac Jones. And Mac Jones, we're sitting at 14. He's still out there. So if you had Lawrence, Wilson, Lance at plus 250, congratulations. You are a winner.
I should have.
Moving on. I'm going to tear this page out. That's garbage now. All right. Which team will draft Surtain? We already had that at the Broncos, plus 500. Which team will draft Micah Parsons? And we touched on this earlier. We said, maybe the Cowboys traded down to get him. Guess what? That just gave you plus 800 if you had that ticket. So congratulations there. Cowboys plus 800 for Micah Parsons. Tear that page out. That one's gone.
Brandon Staley, head coach.
Who will be selected with the 2nd overall pick? It was Zach Wilson. But if you had that, more power to you because you had to pay minus 5,000 for that one. Yikes. Who will be selected with the 3rd overall pick? Trey Lance plus 250. That one's a winner. Who will be the first running back drafted? To be determined still.
Rashawn Slater to the Chargers.
Yeah, easy one.
Yep. Good call,
He's not
guys.
even on this. He's not even on this list.
Tackle from Northwestern. The dude balled out against Chase Young 2 years ago. Remember that? Dude's got a tall dad unless he's on a couch.
First wide receiver drafted was Jamar Chase. That was minus 1,400. First offensive lineman, Penei Sewell. That one's done. That was minus 700, so chalk there. First safety drafted. I don't see any of these guys having been drafted yet, so that one's still to be determined.
Who have the favorite there?
The favorite for the first safety would be Trevon Merring Woodard, excuse me.
Morgan.
He's right here.
Here's Rashawn Slater.
All right.
So
14th.
Let's go to his draft position here. Rashawn Slater. I do not see on here. Nope. So we move on. Now the Vikings are on the clock. Let's get back to our previews here, and I will go back to the props here in a moment. Minnesota Vikings, pick number 14. They were 7-9 last year. Their Super Bowl odds are 50-1, plus 5,000. Season win totals, 8.5 wins, over heavily juiced at minus 135, under plus 105. Their biggest needs, offensive line, edge rusher, safety, linebacker, quarterback. Per NFL.com. It's painfully obvious that the Vikings have to prioritize left tackle in the 2021 NFL Draft, and Mike Zimmer's defense could use a boost at every level after a nightmarish 2020 campaign. They have a whopping 10 picks in this draft starting here, but they don't pick again until round 3, pick 78. So, with that, what say you?
Christian Darrisaw from Virginia Tech. Or Elijah Vera Tucker from USC. I think, as you said there in the preview thing, they need to upgrade their offensive line a bit. Obviously, they're good with the specialty players in terms of Jefferson and Cook. So you don't need anything there. Maybe defense a little bit with, what's his name off the top of my head? Jeremiah Owusu-Karamoah from Notre Dame, maybe at linebacker. But, yeah, I think it's going to be offensive line.
Well, according to BetUS, this is a virtual coin flip. Offense and defense both juiced at minus 120. So we will see how that works. And as we mow through that,
pick.
Oh, Jets traded up.
Traded up to get what? This one?
Yeah.
Called that one.
Jets are on the clock.
They're going to take
Okay, so
probably the or Najee. It could be Najee Harris right here.
that would be really interesting if they got 2 skill positions in the first round. Man.
They went Zach Wilson, obviously, with the first round. What else? They need another tackle, though, too, don't they?
They need a lot. It's the Jets.
Yeah, true. They don't need a defensive line. I'll say that.
Fair.
And they just brought in Lawson. Was that third trade, though, right? We got 2 more to go.
This is trade number 3. So, yeah, if you're sitting on the over 4.5 trades in the first round, you're 2 away from cashing that one.
Any Quiddy pay?
Let's see. First linebacker drafted would have been Micah Parsons. Yes. First linebacker. Yep, that was Micah Parsons. So that one cashed. That was minus 450. Cross that one off.
Tucker. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's Barrett Tucker.
First defensive player drafted. That was Horn, was it not?
That's correct.
So that was plus 275. That was the favorite in that category. First defensive lineman drafted, we have yet to see one. Jamar Chase, over under 5.5. That ended up being 5, right? I didn't write it down.
What was that one?
We have, I skipped one here. J.C. Horn was under the 12.5 draft number, right? Minus 150.
Yeah.
We have Jamar Chase over under 5.5. That one's in the books.
I have that one.
Yep.
Oh, no, sorry. Trey Lance. Sorry.
Man.
We have Jalen Waddle over under 10.5. That was minus 120 both sides. So that one's done. Kyle Pitts is gone, right? Over under 5.5. That was over, was it not?
I was under.
Where did Pitts go? Okay.
One.
I should have been right. I'm looking at I'm looking at my notes. I'm looking at the team previews and the props. I'm not bothering to write down where everybody's going. Sorry, host fail right there. That's what you guys are here for. All right, so we're good there. Yeah, that was minus 350. Micah Parsons was 14. He went to the Cowboys at 14, so that was over 13.5. That was minus 120. Patrick Surtain, over under 9.5. What number did Surtain go?
9.
So that would have been under 9.5. That's plus
right
150.
The Cowboys. Wonder if that's who the Cowboys wanted all along, and obviously when they didn't have him there, you get a little extra. You go Parsons. That's smart.
The Mac Jones thing is driving me crazy, man. I tell you, I mean, I don't have anything on it, but man, I mean, his prop was over under 3.5, and we're sitting at 14. Holy cow! Yeah, it was way over. That one's already cashed.
You think
Will he get drafted at all?
You think he goes to the Patriots now?
I don't want to, but
all right. Rashawn Slater just went, right?
Yeah, Slater just went to 13.
All right, so that's way over 8.5, and that was minus 160. So that one's off the board. Penei Sewell
it's gotta be
was over.
So they gave up. Jets received the 14th and the 4th round pick this year for 2/3 and the 23rd.
Hey, go get him. You had Trey Lance. What number did you have him at? Because here I've got under 5.5 was plus 155.
I had him under 3.5. I had my number 3.
Man, I hope that you got some. You had a good number on that, because if under 5.5 was plus 155, under 3.5 had to be way up there.
No, I got it late. It was only plus 120.
Gotcha.
go get him. I'm cracking up, man. I was listening to Mike Lombardi, before I came out here. He's like, I'm assured it's going to be Mac Jones at number 3. All my sources are telling me it's still Mac Jones. I'm just like, he's like, the internet's just reacting. The numbers just reacting to the internet. I'm like, I'm not sure of that much. Right?
We have Justin Fields. We've already mentioned that one, so good for Vegas Crusher on that. That was over 7.5, plus 125.
It's got to be Vera Tucker.
And that's all I have there.
I would think offensive line. That's smart. Good job by the Jets, because they needed both those. Tucker's a good tackle, or if the kid's from Virginia Tech, but I think it's going to be Tucker. Najee maybe, but I don't think that'll happen.
And we have some props here for who will be drafted first, just between different players, and we can mow through some of these here now.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
Waddle got drafted before Devontae Smith, so that was minus 240. The Jets are calling it now. Okay.
Yep. Elijah Vera Tucker, 6'4.5". Guard, tackle, offensive lineman for the USC Trojans to now the New York Football Jets. Well, again, you need the position flexibility is a big thing. So they needed to adjust the offensive line. They did that in the first round, and they needed to adjust the quarterback position. Again, as I said, I'm not sure on Zach Wilson, but everyone seems to like him a lot. So, hey, good for them. So who's on the clock now, 15?
All right, at 15, we
know
on.
Who it is. Yeah. Let's have Bill get him give a synopsis.
Go get him. This is your territory here.
Scary. I don't like it. Damn it. Fucking Chicago. Ruined my night.
Trade out?
I mean, if Bill likes Mac Jones that much, I mean, I'm not going to fault him for taking a quarterback. Thing is, if he takes a quarterback, that kind of ruins my Jimmy G situation. Trying to think of who else you could take here. Micah Parsons gone, both corners gone. Doesn't need a safety. I mean, it's just basically for me, Mac Jones or trade out. That's my situation. That's my look at it. Maybe the edge rusher from Michigan, maybe?
Yeah, Cutie Pay.
Yeah, maybe.
Which would be good for me because I have him under 60.5 in his draft position. So I got a slight sweat now.
What do you have under what?
60.5.
Yeah, I mean he could go to Arizona.
Maybe. I mean, with them getting J.J. Watt though.
One side though.
Yeah. Pick is already in.
That tells me it's Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. All right, are we ready to preview the Patriots? Go get them. You probably have this memorized, right?
They already Kraft's already up there. Or Goodell's already up there. So,
well, there you go.
That's gotta be Mac.
Okay, I don't know how I got so far behind you guys. Right?
Fine, brother.
The draft clock for mine is counting down 6:28, 27, 26. Now it says the pick is in.
Yeah, we already got Goodell up.
Right, so I might as well just turn this off. I'm going to turn this off and just listen to you guys. You're so far ahead of me.
Have Arizona ready to go here in about 30 seconds.
Here we go.
Goodell's still talking. Some guy that gave a lot of food to people.
Usually, the joke is in Cincinnati, I don't know about. I mean, you're in Cleveland is a little bit more progressive than down here in southwestern Ohio, but we usually joke down here that we're 10 years behind everybody else, and at least in this case.
And
What's that?
This dude's a U.S. vet, and he's getting booed because he had a mention. He had a mention about them winning 6 championships. It is Mac Jones. He's like, you're 6-time Super Bowl champions, Patriots. Boo! So, go get him. How you feeling?
50-50.
All right.
We got supposedly the quarterback of the future. We got the quarterback who Bill wanted from the beginning. We got the quarterback who's been coached by a Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. Not a shit ton of experience, which could be a good or a bad thing. I mean, obviously we still got Cam Newton, so Mac won't play much this year at all, probably. I mean, I would have been more excited if it was Justin Fields, obviously, but I mean, I can't fault us for taking a quarterback. My plan all along was for us to not draft a quarterback here and draft in the second round or the third round a quarterback. I would have liked Micah Parsons here. I would have liked Surtain here for the Pats, but I didn't think they'd drop that far. I do like the guy from A&M at quarterback. I do like Kyle Trask from Florida, but Mac Jones is, I mean, he put up a great year last year against some good teams. Can't fault him for that. So we'll see. I don't know. Kind of 50-50. I still hope we get Jimmy G, but that looks a long shot now. Exciting.
Possibly. You never know what kind of trades.
Will do it, but.
Well, now they're not going to trade him to Frisco now. Never mind. All right, Arizona on the clock. Let's get back to business here, and I'll go back to to all the different props that have cashed already. Arizona Cardinals, Super Bowl 33-1, season win total 8.5, over -105, under -125. Their biggest needs: cornerback, wide receiver, offensive line, safety, and running back. NFL.com says the Cardinals signed Malcolm Butler and A.J. Green to 1-year deals, but that shouldn't keep them from finding a longer-term replacement for Patrick Peterson and a speedy receiver for Kyler Murray. They have 6 picks in the draft. This is their only first-rounder. They don't pick again until overall number 49. This is an interesting team. 8-8 last year in a wild division. It's very top heavy. So what happens with Arizona here, guys?
I like the over. I think they improved a lot. Again, getting J.J. Watt will help their defense. Obviously, the biggest question maybe is Kyler Murray and his growth in what we are now year 3 of that experiment there with Cliff Kingsbury and company. Obviously, he has the weapons with Hopkins and Fitzgerald on the outside and all that's going on. So I think, when you're playing a 17 games now, you have an 8.5. I could see them winning 9 or 10. Team probably should have made the playoffs here, though. I mean, let's be honest here. And
well, should they? Because if it weren't for the Hail Murray, then this would not be a conversation. If that pass is not caught, then they would have had no shot.
Well, that still should. I mean, it still happened.
Yeah, I had Buffalo in that game.
My point though was they kind of fell off the cliff though after that game though. I mean, it wasn't. They kind of collapsed towards the end of the year. I think that's. I think this is a good year for them to take the next step. So I like the over 8.5, and I will take the Cardinals here. In terms of who they take, maybe linebacker.
How about the linebacker from Notre Dame?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want them to take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, but because I want him in Cleveland, but yeah, I think that's where they go here. That or Collins from Tulsa. So. Come on now.
Well, we will see. All right, let's mow through a few more of these props here and see what's
Here comes
cashed.
Godot.
Already, man. They are on it.
They added AJ Green too in the offseason.
Yeah.
About that move. And I know he's not one that what he was, but again, that will help.
So how many guys? I'm going back to trashing the Bengals now. How many guys leave the Bengals and then get better? Okay, Carlos Dunlap with Seattle. I mean, that's just a recent example, but the list is long.
Zaven Collins, Tulsa linebacker. So yeah, and that's what they needed. It's a good move by them. That's kids.
That takes us to the halfway point of the draft.
Next one's easy.
So at 17, we've got the Raiders.
This was easy for me.
Let's let the Dell finish here. Oh, what do you like? Go get him.
I like Trayvon. He used to use safety for Vegas here. Their secondary is pretty bad. I'll like to add to that.
Mm-hmm.
Or they go edge rusher and take Paye from Michigan.
Yeah, maybe find somebody to replace Khalil Mack, who they stupidly got rid of.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Here you go. I'm trying to find best available.
Steely,
So the Raiders
overall.
You still there?
I got you.
All right, sorry, I froze on my end. So, no, what's the over under here with what we got going on with the Raiders?
All right, yes, I thought you were asking something else. All right, so pick 17, Las Vegas Raiders. It's amazing. Their Super Bowl odds are same as the first two draft picks, 7,500. Okay, 75 to 1. Season win total 7.5 wins, over -125, under -105. Biggest needs: offensive line, safety, linebacker, defensive tackle, and cornerback. NFL.com says trading away Trent Brown opened up a large hole at right tackle for the Raiders, who have to make some significant upgrades on defense if they're ever going to get over the hump and get back into the playoffs. They have 8 draft picks. This is the first one, obviously, but they don't have any other first rounders. They don't pick again until round 2, pick 48. The Super Bowl odds seem awfully high, 7,500. Again, I don't really do Super Bowl odds, but that seems very strange.
They're not going to make it, so you don't have to worry about putting money on them.
Well, I know, but I mean, to have them with the same number as Jacksonville, that's silly to me.
Yeah, that's futures for you, man.
Yeah, this is why I don't really delve in that. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this team, to be perfectly honest. With a season win total, I mean, a Gruden coach team can go a million different directions. You have turmoil with the quarterback always. The Raiders are the Raiders, so you know they're going to be the most penalized team in the league. I can't make heads or tails of them, so I just pass all around. What do you guys think?
I'm passing.
Yeah, if it would be a pass for me, if anything, I'd probably say under, but that's, for the sake of the argument, I'll take an underside here, but I bet it no. There's just too many questions. David Carr is, up and down all year. That defense they have is just straight trash, especially the secondary. It's just not good. I mean, decent skill position players, but it starts with quarterback, and there's a reason why Mariota stayed around, I think. And so I think that's, I would take an under if there was a side to take.
Yep.
But again, I'm not going to, for the sake of authenticity or transparency. There we go.
Yeah.
For the sake of transparency, I will not be taking a side at all, period. But for the sake of an argument, I will say under 7.5.
Right. It's a
Pick is in.
call it a very light lean.
Yeah, there we go. That's a
There you
good
go.
term. Good gambling term. Lean of under
See?
7.5.
The way I like to use the terms lean, like, and love. I don't. You can't really go anywhere from there, right?
Yeah.
Except for your 1 million star lock of the millennium. You know,
For
mortgage your house.
mortgage your whale house play.
Right.
Little side note.
Side note. Yes.
Mac Jones, his first interview since being drafted. This is what I wanted all along, and I can't wait to play for really the greatest franchise in NFL history.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with that, you know?
At least he wants to be there. That's a good sign.
I think it'll be a good, kind of a good refresher for Belichick, too, because, you know, he got Cam Newton, who obviously was already a veteran by that point, so probably a little tough to go from Brady, who he was able to groom, to now teaching somebody that already had other systems in his mind, and now he can finally groom somebody again like he did with Brady. So I think I can see where that's a really, really good pick for New England.
How many SEC players have we had drafted so far?
USC.
SEC.
Oh, SEC, excuse me. I have not gotten a chance to write all of these down. I'm getting myself caught up. But right now I've got a Florida, I've got an LSU, I've got a Bama, another Bama. That's 4, but I'm not done with this yet. So
again, that's one of the plays I have. It's over 12.5. That was a little juiced or unjuiced, more plus 115. So
Jamar Chase was LSU.
Here we go.
My buddy has Najee under 25.
Alex Leatherwood, Alabama tackle. Huh.
Really?
Yep. I mean, I thought he was a good tackle. I will say that. It was a need, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, get rid of the whole offensive line.
Yeah. That is for sure. You think Carnito's still there for them? Yeah, no.
I saw it.
Yeah.
So Patriots draft Mac Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mac Jones back is Cam.
Say it again. Go get him. You cut out.
So Mac, his first name, is Cam backwards, or Cam Newton.
That's funny.
Yeah. I got something here in my dad jokes Encyclopedia Britannica here. Something's brewing, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
So what do we have here? Dolphins are coming up next.
Dolphins are back on the clock.
Najee, I don't know.
I think Najee here. I think they put the band back together. I think you got your quarterback.
Yeah, we already went through the Dolphins team preview back with pick 4. Or pick 4. What am I saying? Pick 6.
What was the over-under on wins?
Pick 6.
10.5, I think.
They were 10.5.
What team was 10.5?
Dolphins.
Oh, their win total? Dolphins season win total was 9.
9.
That's about right.
9. Over minus 125, under minus 105.
Obviously, with them, go ahead. Go again. Sorry.
I see 10-7. That's all I gotta say.
It comes down to what Tua you're going to get this year. You know, was it?
Mm-hmm.
You look shaky, especially towards the end of the year, and obviously that Raiders game on Christmas, right around Christmas there, and they had a bench and put Fitzpatrick in to win that game. It just comes to mind immediately for me, I would hope that he grows in year 2 and stuff. I would think he would. So, they have enough. Devontae Parker's still there. Obviously, you add Jalen Waddle now. Let's see what they do. Pick's already in. So, whoever they wanted, they had an eye on already.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go with Najee. We'll cash him as the first running back taken it with minus 400, where the hell it was. Just keep giving me SEC players. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I'm keeping up
SEC
on
and
that.
offense. That's what I need.
Well, it's been heavy offense for sure.
By the way, they have Goodell's chair that he was in his house last year on the stage. That's what that chair is.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
With the 18th pick, the Dolphins select.
Jalen Phillips.
Okay. Doesn't have to travel far. The guy's from Miami. So Jalen Phillips, DN. I asked for SEC and offense, and I got defense in the ACC. So that was it. Big winner there.
There it is.
Colorado 2, Arizona 0 for those keeping track at home. We're on the over there, 8.5. Trevor Story with the RBI triple.
Oh, baseball. Sorry. I was like, what?
Yeah, my bad. No, I should have said though. Denver, we're on my last 3 of the day are the Nuggets -4. They're up 3 in the third. Oilers money line versus the Flames. They're down 2-1 in the second. And as I said, I got 8.5.
Did the Wild lose though?
Who?
The Wild? Oh, yeah, about it.
Clee, you've got 8 SEC players so far in the first
So
round.
I need
What's your number?
I need 12.5, so 13.
You need 5 more out of another 14 picks.
That's good odds.
5 out of 14. Yeah, I like them odds.
I'll take.
So we got 19 coming up here. 19 is the Washington team to be named
I have
later.
no idea what they Safety? Not quarterback.
I don't know.
This could be Trayvon Moore. They don't need edge rushing.
Well, so here's what we have for the team. Here's what we have for the team preview for Washington, right? They were 7-9. They won that stupid division. I still can't get over that. Super Bowl odds 75-1. Season win total 8.5 wins. Over under each juiced at -115. Biggest needs: offensive line, linebacker, tight end, defensive back, and quarterback. NFL.com says taking a flyer on a late round quarterback could make sense for the football team, but Washington seems fairly satisfied with its Ryan Fitzpatrick-led group of passers heading into the 2021 season. There's still a gaping void at left tackle that hasn't been adequately addressed since Trent Williams exited, though. They have 8 picks in this draft. This is the only one in the first round. They pick again, round 2, pick 51. I got nothing on this. This whole division is a crapshoot for me. It's a pass on every level imaginable until the games actually start. What say you?
On paper, I see under the win total.
What's the win total?
Win total
is 8.5. So right smack in the middle of a 17-game season.
That's a dead under for me.
Dead under.
As much, yeah. I see the Giants getting better. I see the Cowboys obviously getting better with Dak coming back.
Eagles got better.
Yeah, I'm. That's a negative on my end for.
I see a 5-win team.
Yep. No offense to Mr. Fitzmagic, but yeah, picks in for them, by the way.
All right.
Yeah.
This could be.
I have no idea where they're gonna go with this. What was the needs again?
NFL.com has the Washington's team needs first offensive line, then linebacker, tight end, DB, QB.
Christian Darrisaw from Virginia Tech. I could see.
This could be Owusu.
Owusu. I hope. I'm just praying he falls. That's all. But no, I can see that here. He's the best available currently from Mel Kiper. And then they don't need edge rushing. That's for sure. Their defensive line's a freaking unit. Yeah, I would. They don't need wide receivers. So yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah. I'm gonna go with
Go Owusu or Trayvon.
Was it Owusu?
Yeah.
let's see here. Come on, get to him.
By the way, one prop that hangs very much in the balance right now. First round quarterbacks drafted. Over under 5.5. Well, there have been 5. So will there be another quarterback drafted in the first round?
I can see Pittsburgh, Saint, and that's about it. 2 more teams.
Fair point.
Washington's one of them, but I don't see them doing it.
If it would be anyone, I think it would be Mon or Trask being the ones to go. But I don't see. I'm not a big Davis Mills fan. Beyond the kid out of out of Stanford, but
Viking.
19th pick, Washington football team selects Javen Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
Well, you were half right. You got the Davis part right.
SEC baby, keep them coming.
Go.
Keep them coming.
Giants next.
Here we go.
This is Owusu. If this ain't him, man, Giants, I'll be surprised. This guy's falling.
Browns trade up to 20. Get Owusu.
Oh, here we go. That was just you talking. That was bro.
That was just me. I would love. No, that's what I want to happen.
Davis, Kentucky.
All these Redskins fans have no clue who this is that cheering for.
What's the ratio right now to offensive defense? They're
all right, sure. So Phillips was a defensive player, so I mean, it's heavy offense. So we have, let's see here. I'm going to do a little tick mark here.
5
offense,
quarterbacks.
defense. Right. Well, I know that. And you had a tight end at 4, a wide receiver at 5 and 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Offensive line at 7, wide receiver at 8, wide receiver at 9, wide receiver at 10. So that's 10-0. Quarterback at 11. Finally, a linebacker at 12. Offensive tackle at 13. Veja Tucker for USC.
That was offensive tackle.
Okay. OT, so there's offense. Mac Jones, quarterback, of course. Collins, linebacker, so there's 2. There's an offensive tackle, Leatherwood. Defensive line, linebacker. So we've had 19 picks so far, and the offensive players are up 15-4.
All right, so I need 4 more offensive players to cash that one. So
4 more out of 13 picks. I think you're okay.
No, we'll see. We'll see.
You don't.
It ain't over till it's over. Trust me, man. The other night I had the Kings, or not the Kings, but the Blues and the Avalanche. I told this to go get them last night. It was at 5.5, and it was 4-1 after 2 periods, and it ended up being 4-1. So
yeah, I had
kids, if you're
yesterday.
watching at home and you gamble, there's no such thing as a guaranteed win until it's actually guaranteed.
Yeah. You know, it ain't over till it's over, and it ain't under till it's over either. Yeah. I had Angels and Rangers over 8.5 yesterday. It was 4-3 after the second or third inning, and the final score was 4-3. So, go figure. Same sort of deal. So we have the Giants up next. We've already done our preview on them because they've already drafted once. Or no, they didn't. They just traded down. Never mind.
This is a make or break year, obviously, for Daniel Jones. So.
Yep. Have we previewed the Giants before they made that trade?
Not really, because they made the trade pretty quickly.
All right, let's go to them here real quick. I'll know pretty fast if we actually previewed them. No, we did. I remember talking about Joe Judge's defense and Dave Gettleman, blah, blah, blah. We did.
Okay.
Super Bowl, just real quick refresher. Super Bowl odds 75-1. Season win total 7. Over under each juiced at -115.
No, I think they made strides last year in the right direction, especially defensively. Obviously you're gonna have to get better offensively. I thought they're probably obviously seen Devontae Smith, and that the Eagles jumped in front of them to get him. So I'm interested to see where they go here because they need help on the offensive line. That's for sure. Daniel Jones got crushed a lot last year.
Mm-hmm.
I could see again Christian Darrisaw being a guy for them, or Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State, even Liam Eichenberg from Notre Dame, a guy that's rising up. So I think they need to go offensive line here. I doubt they go wide receiver. Elijah Moore maybe, but I don't think. I think they go line here. I have a feeling.
This would be the wide receiver from Minnesota. Is that Bremen? His name?
Rashard Bateman.
Yeah.
So after the Giants, at lucky 21, where are we? Yeah. Colts. One of my good friends is a huge Colts fan, so get his input here.
Let's see here. Pick is in. You said the Colts were next?
Colts are up next. Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
They've got their quarterback now. Or so they think.
Oh, Kevin Porter Jr. went for 50 tonight. That's great. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, that's a sting in my arm as a Browns or a Cavs fan. Let him go. 143, 136 over the Bucks. Any updates there, Sin, on any games for you?
Baseball, if you don't mind. You're my personal sports center here.
Be my guest as we wait for our great commissioner to come on stage.
And yeah, I'm tallying up some more of the draft props here.
Shoot them at me. Which games you need?
Well, one moment, please. Let's see. I will tell you. I did pretty well on the games earlier today. So I had the Orioles money line, cashed that one. Had the under on one of the games. It was 2-1 overall. But let's see here. We have Cubs and Braves.
Cubs won 9-3.
That's a winner then. All right. What did you say? 9-3.
Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, Florida.
Now, there's
That's
another
a double
SEC
winner
player
for
for
me.
you.
SECN offense, baby.
Tony, wide receiver, Florida.
Was fast.
There you go.
Who the hell is this?
Now, the Cubs, you said they won 9-3?
Yeah, Cubs won 9-3.
All right, so I cashed the Cubs, but I lose the under on that one. Let's do this quick so I'll get back to the Colts here. Let's see.
Brewers beat the Dodgers 2-1.
I had them. Yeah, plus 175. I had them. Beautiful. And Rangers, Red Sox.
Currently 4-1 Rangers in the 8th.
I have the Rangers. All right, this is looking like a good day for me. Woohoo. Okie doke. All right, so let's move on now to the Colts. We have definitely not previewed them yet. They have yet to make their pick. Pick 21, Indianapolis Colts. They were 11-5 last year. Their Super Bowl odds 22-1. Season win total 10 wins, over and under each juiced at -115. Biggest needs: offensive line, edge rusher, tight end, cornerback, and defensive line. NFL.com says GM Chris Ballard has added depth to the offensive tackle position since left tackle Anthony Castellano announced his retirement after the season, but he should still be in the market for a potential long-term answer on the blind side. On the other side of the trenches, the team's young edge rushers have failed to break out thus far, which is why Ballard could go back to the well again in 2021. They have a light draft, the Colts do. They have only 6 picks. Their next one after this isn't until second round, number 54 overall. Colts had a pretty good year with their rent-a-quarterback, Phillip Rivers. They've got a huge question mark now with Carson Wentz. This is interesting. What happens with the Colts here?
That's a pretty big guy.
Say again?
I got the guy from Michigan, edge rusher.
Who would he pay? Yeah, I think they got to go defense here. Trevor Morin is another guy. That'll be your first safety off the board. Where was Moring on the Bet US stuff?
I will check shortly.
Okay. Sorry, I'm asking you a lot of questions.
No, that's fine. We are sitting on how many trades in the first round? 3 trades still in the first round, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still on 3. Usually the back end of the drafts when you first round is when you see more of them because of the guaranteed or not. You get that 5th year with the player in the first round. So I could see 2 happening here.
I see Tennessee moving back, maybe grabbing a safety.
So.
Yeah, there are a lot of props that are still on there. We're at 3 trades in the first round. The Colts are up next, and one right here on the first page. Will the Colts trade their number 21 pick? Well, they haven't so far, but the no is -400, so if you're sitting on that. What min? I always like this. What round will any punter or kicker get drafted?
I don't see any.
If anybody takes number 1.
Hey, 3-1 now in Arizona.
Where did Minnesota trade to? When are they picking?
They're 23.
2 picks.
Oh, okay. It was a trade. I didn't write down the trade. Okay.
Indianapolis, Tennessee.
That's right, because that was
Minnesota.
the Jets. Say it again
Pick is
now.
in. We're going Colts, Titans,
Vikings.
Vikings. But the pick is in for the Colts.
Okie doke. Let's make it offense and SEC for you, Clee.
I think it's going to be defense, to be honest with you.
I would actually agree with that.
Yeah.
I know that was their that was
that
their weakness
or
last year.
tackle. But I think that it's going to be defense. But they're fist pounding and they're happy. And if you ever seen a room that's not happy after a draft pick, you're Vegas Dave.
If you see a room that's not happy after a draft pick, I mean every Eagles pick ever, they're never happy with their picks.
No, I meant the war room, the executives.
Oh yeah.
Not the fans, trust me.
Yeah.
Come on. I forgot about the Colts playing the Bills in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. The Bills had a big lead and they almost blew it.
I think they covered, though. That was the most important part.
There's my son's buddy, Russell.
Oh, you're way behind. Jeez.
Yeah. I told you.
I mean, I didn't blame you. I just they got to make us count because they don't even have a second-round pick.
I mean, I just found out that Trevor Lawrence got drafted first. I mean, come on. And this is recapping their other pick.
Anyone see that house that the Rams are doing their draft out of, by the way?
No, I haven't.
In Malibu? Yeah, go if you get a chance, go to the Rams Twitter and look up the house that they're doing there. They rented out this house in Malibu.
As they should. They're the LA Rams. Hello. All right, I'm turning the draft off from my phone so I can look at the scores for other events. I'm so far behind you guys anyway.
Good call. Go get them. Quiddy Pay, Michigan.
Yeah, I like that pick for them. It was nuts.
Yep.
All right. So we have the Titans up next, a divisional rival. Do we want to go ahead and do the preview or?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So here's the preview for the Titans. Pick 22, assuming they don't trade it, which, by the way, we're still sitting on 3 trades. We're running out of time. So if you had the under on the trades, then, here we go. 11-5 last year, Super Bowl 28-1, season win total 9.5. Over is even money, under -130. Biggest needs: offensive line, wide receiver, cornerback, tight end, safety. The Titans' search for a right tackle continues after the Isaiah Wilson debacle, and the same goes for help at receiver, even after the signing of Josh Reynolds. Replacing Jonnu Smith is on the to-do list, as is adding pieces to a secondary that is undergoing significant turnover, no pun intended, during this offseason. They have 9 picks. This is the only first-rounder they have. They've been pretty solid for a couple of years now, and as long as they've got Derrick Henry, and, who is the one that says they hate Tannehill? Oh, that's a different guy that hates Tannehill. I don't know. I still like the Titans. I would take them to win the division. What do you guys think?
No,
I got Trayvon going here. The secondary is horrendous. I'll take Trayvon over.
That's what they need. That's when they need the help. Definitely on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, that's just they're horrendous defensively last year, and it showed in the playoffs. That's one way. I mean, man, is there another D lineman, possibly an edge rusher? Tryon from Washington. It's got to be defense here. That's I'll agree on that for sure.
I would say so. I think their offense is humming. So, and they did a decent job of protecting Tannehill last year. I thought their line was pretty good.
Yeah, no, their line's all right. I mean,
they did lose Corey Davis.
True. Bateman would fill in that void perfectly. So I'm reading Rappaport right now. They said that Kwity Paye had a serious health scare this week as he had a heart problem, got red flagged during a pre-scout physical. They ended up clearing him, but good Lord. Jeez.
Who's that?
Kwity Paye.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, I guess his blood came back high on a certain level, and but it was because of this workout the day before. Yeah.
Hey,
so he turned the normal or something.
Hey,
yeah.
Clete, change of just off the beaten path. Have you gotten your COVID shot since you had it already?
I've gotten both of them, actually. As I showed earlier, I've gotten the second one right here.
Is that
nice
did you get Pfizer?
I got Pfizer, yes.
Okay. So because I'm actually getting my second Pfizer one tomorrow. Okay. I'm getting my second Pfizer one tomorrow. So now I haven't had COVID, and I know you have, and I know it affects everyone differently anyway, but did it knock you out, or did it have no impact on you, or what?
Yeah, so this one took me 2 days to get out of, put it that way.
Okay.
The day after, I was off and on with a fever here and there.
Yeah.
And then I was run down a bit. And then the day after, I didn't have the fever or anything like that, but I was still drinking. I slept the whole day pretty much.
Yeah.
on I think that was Monday. Yeah.
So you're the second person that I've heard that had COVID and then was, really kind of knocked for a loop with the second shot. Yeah. So I didn't have any reaction to the first shot. I was tired, but I'm always tired. So, that doesn't really matter. So I'm, we'll see what happens tomorrow, I guess. I hope it's not a huge impact, but
so on that theory, my brother, he hadn't officially gotten COVID, as we know, he never tested positive or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But he got Pfizer. His second, he didn't have any reaction to the first shot, but his second shot, he had it took him 3 or 4 days, really.
Oh man,
actually. My parents both, they've gotten there, but they got Moderna, so they were different. Yeah. See, that's what was the crazy thing about when my dad went to the hospital was we thought it was based upon the shot, and it ended up being because he had COVID and everything that was after effects of having COVID. So it's yeah. Pick is in.
All right, this is the Tennessee pick.
Yeah.
And then after this, we'll go ahead and close it out.
3 hours later.
Well,
Jeez, man. No, I appreciate it, guys. You guys
for everybody. Yeah, look, people are going to watch this, potentially after the fact. So for those who have stuck around, even if you're not watching live, if you're sticking around to watch the replay of this or skipping forward to the end, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it, especially with the brand new Pick City YouTube channel. Make sure that you're subscribing to that. Pick City Rumble, we have our last first round pick tomorrow. Looking to have about 15, 16 or so cappers moving on to round 2. Sorry, Clee, not to rub it in.
Hey, you know what?
Go get 'em.
Again, I went with the team that hadn't lost at home in over a month and a half. They lose at home.
Right.
So, you know, it happens.
But
God bless the Islanders.
But go get them. You're in round 2, aren't you?
I am not.
Oh, sorry. I'm just pouring salt in everybody's wounds here, man. What an insensitive prick I am. All right.
He's so no, I'm not.
Well, I mean, I've got it all. Oh, yeah, I see. There it is. Okay, you had the 19th. All right, so this next one is winning side wins. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I'm taking the weekend off. I mean, I'll do the pick for tomorrow, obviously, but I'm going to take the weekend off potentially to recover for
yeah.
shot.
It just depends on whoever you are, and really, it you know, I know people that had it that were fine afterwards.
Yeah, it affects everyone. Much like every aspect of health. I mean, what kills you is probably healthy for the next guy, and vice versa. So you just don't know. All right, so Tennessee's pick is in. Have they announced it yet?
No, they were dancing with someone on stage.
Oh.
Here we go. 20 seconds.
As one does.
Farley, Virginia Tech, cornerback. They went D-back, just not the D-back I thought.
The defensive player, and you said Virginia Tech?
Caleb Fairley.
Yeah.
Farley, whatever.
Well, Cleveland, you still have some work to do.
Is what it is.
All right, guys. Well, look, Fred. So to you guys, thank you, for having me host this, and thank you for your input. For everybody watching this, if you are watching live or if you're watching on the replay, again, thank you so much. And again, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we're going to have content every single day. And with that, we are out. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.